Pam. You
gonna get me to start it again?
Oh, you didn't tell me to start. I was just warming up my voice. Okay, well, let's go with it then. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 462. Now with included me randomly prepping.
463.
What? No, it ain't. Oh, it's scroll up. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, 463. Got to get that right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tenno Clock. We are here to talk to you about Warframe, like we do almost every week. Though I was going to say every week, but I don't think we're doing it next week. So almost every week.
Yeah, we're not doing it next week.
No,
can I just point out, right? I've been trying to do my Helminth. I got so effed off duplicating frames. I've just gone F it, bought Gaia and shoved Gaia. You know what? I just want to get. Gaia.
Gaia. Gaia would be Gaia. Gaia.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm done with it.
I think I did as well. I did for several. I just get to the point. I'm just like, platinum makes the world go round.
Yep. So.
Yep. Hello, I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno, and we're going to mumble and rant and rave and praise and demean and something else Warframe for the next probably 2 hours as we normally do.
Yep.
First of all, though, as we talk about platinum and it makes the world go round, let's have a look at some emblems. And I started reaching for a button to push it, but I don't do that anymore.
No. God damn it! That's better. That's better. We got the right emblems now. So
there we go. I
know. I kind of like mine more.
I win.
I kind of like mine more.
I win.
Why?
Because it's about to be Movember.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have totally given you points had you actually done a Halloween theme one on Halloween. This does come out on Halloween.
How's yours a Halloween themed one?
It's not. That's why mine wins.
That's why you fail. You can't complain at someone else's. No, it isn't. What is that?
There's got a freaking Notice emblem at the top.
I can barely even see that, and it makes no sense with the rest of it. Look into the eyes of the star.
But it is
look into the eyes of the star.
It is.
Look into the eyes of the soul.
It is so Tron themed. It is.
No, it isn't. It's all organic at the bottom.
Oh, F off! It's all organic at the bottom.
It is.
Nah.
It's organic at the bottom. It's looks like some sort of weird alien fish.
Oh my god. Can't take you anywhere.
Can't make sense of yours. It's all over the place. It's got like cyberpunk in the middle, Lotus at the top thing.
Yours is for like Nintendo branding. Actually, did you get this on? Oh no, you wouldn't have got this on the Nintendo Play because I haven't enabled that on the Switch. So the crossplay yet.
Exactly. That's why I want to do a shout out to my homies on the Switch. Trapped. Unlike PC and Xbox brethren, we get to play together.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna agree. I like yours. Don't get me wrong, but I like mine more. Mine's cool and sleek and stylized.
See, on average, you give yours a point, mine a point, I give mine a point, I win.
You're just giving yours an extra point.
No, you said you like mine and you like yours, whereas I don't like yours, so that doesn't get a point.
Wow.
I mean, I'm
going to give yours a negative point. There you go. Mine wins.
You can't do that. It's final. All votes are final. I win. Right, anyway, how about you tell people... As we said, platinum keeps the world there. Platinum makes the world go round.
Yep. So, if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, that one, you can go into the description below and find a link to the Google Forms where you fill in the Google form, you select which emblem you like, you fill in the rest of the form, and you'll automatically be entered in for a chance to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice.
Yeah, fill it in correctly. And I just want to thank Recuse, who has sent me two. So Xeno's pushed one of them today, and there'll be another one, which I'm sure might use next week, of additional little 75 plat memes. I'm always open to having more of these if people want to find them. They're just brilliant. The jokes about getting 75 platinum money, just send them my way, and they'll be added to the pool, and we'll have loads of them. They're amazing. Thank you so much, Recuse.
I could build a small little thing that basically will randomly pick one, and we don't know.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Right. So, yep, that is emblems. So it is now time to move on to Dojo Dusting. So, as Loz said, either the start of this recording or the start of the previous recording, the start of one of the recordings, right, may not have been during this episode. We will not be here next week. I have crazy work-related events, and as a result, I literally won't be here to record. So, yeah, and I'm not taking my big expensive kit with me. It's heavy, and 4 flights of stairs suck. Right. I don't know if there's anything else to point out in Dojo Dusting. We should organize some 24-hour streams, Loz.
We should. Someone actually has real big boy internet.
Yeah, now that I have big boy internet,
instead of utter
failnet, we could do some 24-hour streams. We're gonna have to maybe in the new year, do one maybe January.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. Right, okay, so I think that's it for Dojo Dusting. I can't think of anything else worth mentioning. So let us move on to the war report. Cool. So, is there anything apart from the dev stream, which we'll be talking about during the course of this episode? Any other bits of news that you want to talk about?
Well, I feel if you push Asset 1, because Prime Resurgence, I know it is mentioned in the dev stream, is kind of a ongoing thing. So they're swapping up what's in Prime Resurgence.
Yeah.
My understanding?
I believe so.
That's happening.
Yep.
Also, I guess Movember as well is going to come up in the dev stream stuff, because that's what we're talking about today. But I don't think we have an asset for that. It's, what Warframe does every year, which is kind of cool. And we'll have mustachios again.
Yep.
Which is good. I can't really... and then the latest news, which is kind of what the Raw Report's for, that's kind of in the dev stream overview. So we'll might as well move on to that.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's no... And we've got no Soulframe news still, as always. But the one day, there will be Soulframe news, and it will go here.
They've been putting, concept art and things on the Twitter account, but it's so drip-fed that I'm like, this isn't really news.
I'd rather we'd save up, like, a whole several months worth, and then we could be like, right, we're going to do a war report where we sit through it. It's a long one where we just sit and go through all, like, multiple art assets for Soulframe rather than just one or two,
Right, so we're going to move on to the topics. So we only have one topic this week, which is the dev stream 165.
Ooh.
So dev stream dusting, Halloween costume stream. Eric was Kratos, Megan was Venti from Genshin Impact, and Rebecca was Hal from Hal's Moving Castle. Sheldon was himself. The quest to cure cancer has reached, but at the start of the stream, reached the $88,000 mark, and reached $95,000 by the end of the stream. The final donation will be Monday to hit the 100,000K. The shoulder armor and ephemera are the last 2 donation goal rewards. So if we hit those goals, then we get the thing. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I think we get codes that we can redeem. I've not actually had the mind space to look into it and things. So yeah,
I would have thought they just hand them out to everyone.
Well, that's what I thought, but there's been nothing in my inbox or anything. So I mean, this is where everyone starts frantically messaging us in the comments on the Monday. You're like, oh, you got today to do it all. You got today to redeem it. If you don't redeem it today, then you gotta redeem the cut. Anyway, right. The next update, Echoes of Veilbreaker, will release on November 2nd. So in 2 days' time. Venkatel and Sprag fights in the Break Nama missions. Regular appearances of them will be updated to the new looks too. Wait, regular appearances of them will be updated to the new looks too. Not quite sure what that's trying to say. Fights will be optional or challenges. Fights. You know what? I turned to Thalian and I asked Thalian kindly, could you bullet point the notes, because I can't read. This was a mistake. I can't read these more. I'm an idiot, Thalian. Anyway, fights will be optional or challenges on the. Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking through the website, and it looks like, well, for some of these things, let's say that things have unlocked the former, and if I go to the stance form and aura former, it does say enjoy stance form and aura form alert that will go like, oh, those are alerts November 4th to November 14th. I don't see any cosmetics yet. So, get a Warframe slot and a weapon skin delivered to your game November 1st, but you must log in before January 1st to receive it. Yeah, so they're all going to go out, well, and the shoulder guards say the same, November 1st to January 1st. The ephemera doesn't say. Yeah, but so it's November, all the things start going out November 1st.
Okay, fair enough then. Right. Right, so Venkatel and Sprag will appear in the Nama in the Veilbreaker missions. Fights will be optional or challenges on the Jailbreak and Junk Run missions. I don't understand.
There's only 3 missions and they've got names.
They do?
Yeah, Jailbreak is, I think, the Murex one.
Right.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? Junkrat. That's that's the Earth one.
Right.
I think because you're going to junk the Thumpers, the Tuskers.
Yeah. So fights will be optional or challenges on. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Weren't they always optional?
No. Well, no. Like for instance, fighting the wolf at the end of the Murex is not optional. You have to do it. It's the boss.
Right.
But they will be on those missions, but not part of finishing. You can still finish the mission without fighting those mini bosses.
Right, but what about the orb on?
No. The orb and the wolf are part of the mission structure. These are being added in on the side, bolted on to the mission.
No.
They will
I'm talking about the arachnoid orbs.
Yes,
thing.
like the wolf are part of the mission structure, as in you have to do them to finish the mission. Yeah. These are being bolted onto the side of the missions as optional objectives.
Right, okay, so Venkatal and Sprag are just optional in there somewhere if you want to do them. Yes,
I imagine there'll probably be reasons for getting scrap, as in there won't be like beat the thing, get scrap, and then people start whinging because it's like, how is it optional if I required to do it to get scrap?
Right.
And because I don't know what other thing they're going to do for them, because you can't get weapons that they're skins that are on the market. So they didn't really say what you got for beating them. I don't think they did, at least. And so I'm like, well, why do these exist? So I'm just like, it seems so weird.
Right. That's fair. Start of Venkra fight was shown on stream. I don't know how I felt about that fight at all. It just felt like, oh, so this, like, I kind of felt that when you shot Venkratel, she should have staggered. She shouldn't have still been able to shoot you. So I don't know if there was still some polish that needed to be done.
Yeah, the little things like that. I'm sure they got to do testing, and that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't want to show the rest of it.
Fair. Weapon skins for Sniper and Hammer coming based on their weapons. New chipper offerings, 2 Archon shard ephemeras that react to your installed shards. And the Scout landing craft, the cruise ship from right. So how did you feel about those Archon shard ephemeras?
I was like, okay, nice. It is kind of nice, the fact it shows you're basically dynamically what you've got equipped and things. I like the one was the ephemera, which was where you got them in your back. What was the other one where they're around you? Was it an emote?
They're both ephemeras, right?
Oh,
so you can have one or the other, and so the idea is that either you have them in your back or you have them floating around you.
I like the floating around one more. Though I appreciate both. I appreciate that they give both.
I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like the floating around one, but until Megan started moving when they all sort of like came back to her, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm on board for that one as well. I liked them both.
Yeah.
So, and I like them that they adopt the effects and colors and things of what you've got installed on your Warframe. Though I could imagine that could end up with a bit of toxicity from the community. Like, no, wear your ephemera. Wear your ephemera. Why aren't you wearing your ephemera? No,
Yeah.
put it on. We need to judge you. We need to cast
Well,
judge.
I can't remember. Is there visually a difference between Tau Forged and not on that?
Yes.
Oh, that is possibly an issue. But to be honest, maybe they've just conceded the fact that Warframe never does anything competitive. So who's going to really? I mean, apart from Eidolon people, but Eidolon people do that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Break Nama updates for better challenges. What was this plot point? What was this?
Say again?
Break Nama updates for better challenges.
I know it says break Nama. What does that mean? They are updating the challenge system in the Carl missions. So what they're going to do is a couple of changes. One is apparently people are having issues with the finding the gene stamp, the finder things ones. And it was all about gene stamps. Not the only one I've ever had problems with is the find the keys for the cache on the Murex level, because the Murex level has if you don't get them, it's got a point which you can't come back to. So if they're on both sides. So if you don't find them on the first time, or you think, one time I found 3 of them, and yes, they sometimes are on both sides of the thing. So it's not like, they're all beforehand. No. Some of them are on both sides. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I found 3, there's one left. Oh, it must be on the other side. No, it wasn't. So that's the only one I've had issues with. I don't think that thing got brought up. But what they're going to do is for things like the find the gene stamps,
put more gene stamps in.
Yeah, first of all, they're going to put more gene stamps, so more than you'll need, because there's like 20 different spawn locations, but in the way it works currently is only 5 of them are active. So basically, they're just going to change a number so that there'll be like 7 of them active, but you just only need 5 of them to make it easy to find them. And then the other thing they're going to do is between runs, that will still count. So you don't have to get 5 in a run. You just have to get 5 in a week. So if you fail so much at finding them, then you can just get 2 in one run, 3 in the next run.
Yeah. But
I don't think
they already got that in place.
No.
Oh, I thought they already did. The cumulative. No. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done my car missions for like last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, well. But right, let's move on to the next point. Fast travel to Carl's garrison no longer hidden under profile menu. I didn't know there was a fast travel to Carl's garrison.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Carl Captura and some Captura quality of life. So they're making some additional changes to Captura to do with like the menus so that they can position better and things like that. It's nice that they're doing the changes. I didn't necessarily see them as a necessity, but it's still nice that they're doing the changes. And new starter pack for store featuring Emblem.
Emblem?
Oh God, Ember, right? Replaces the Initiate pack.
Right.
So I'm not quite sure what's going to be in the Ember pack. I don't know if it's currently out. Let's have a quick look. Store page. Jumping onto Steam. Like a professional. Where are these so-called packs? See all. No, the Ember pack isn't out yet. So, yep.
What's in the Initiate pack?
What? Well, there's the Initiate pack 2.
Ah.
Right. The Initiate pack 2 contains 275 platinum, 2000 endo, Nova. The Vectis sniper rifle, essential critical chance mods bundle, vital sense mod, Nova atomic skin, Radia Cyandana, Alamos sniper skin, classic saturated color palette, and 7 days affinity booster. So I imagine it'll be something similar to that for Ember. Loz like
cool.
Nice. Right.
Yeah.
So should we move on to the rest of the show? So Deviri Paradox is not coming in 2022. They've chosen to push it back to 2023. What
Yep.
is your thought on this?
I think I don't want to be hypocritical, be like my knee jerk response was like, no. But I think I said last week, or the week before, if they need to push it back, they should just push it back. I think I said this for New War rather than pushing out before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think I remembered me saying that, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's a good thought, me. I don't mind. I think it's much better that they take the time, do it right, for once, not just release the bloody minimum that is required of the thing.
Yeah.
Because I know you've kind of moved off of the Carl missions, but we didn't kind of do a summary of are we happy with that? And where's the what? This is there was a thing at the start where Rebecca was saying about like, oh yeah, we kind of do an Echoes pack, we do the main thing, then we update it later with an Echoes thing, and it's like, so this is the Echoes of Veilbreaker, and it's like, what? This isn't expanding Veilbreaker. This isn't Echoes. This is the Silent Whisper.
Yeah.
This is what I expected 2 more Carl missions minimum.
I completely agree with you. It's interesting because we put in one of the polls last week. Would you like to see more Carl missions or the Carl talent tree, right? And granted, they never said that they would do either specifically, but not to even get either of those, it's just like, not even to get additional Carl missions, to me was just like, what?
I'm shocked. I'm actually stumped because I was thinking about it. That in reality, there's only the Veilbreaker one is just the reuse of the quest. So just getting double dipping on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth one is just reusing assets really from the New War. I think there is 1 new tile or 2 new tiles in there, but then, to be honest, maybe I should replay the New War and I might actually find them in there. And then there's the Venus one, which is just reusing one of. Well, actually, I think that's a new area. I think it might be. So they're just get an existing area.
That Venus one, that's in one of the buildings.
Oh, is it just one of the building areas? Okay, yeah. Well, there's more building areas they could use. They could do one out on the plains. They just reuse areas. They don't have to be amazing. Seeing as I'd rather have the variety than like, oh, but we want to spend the time to actually construct a brilliant and more sculptive. It's like, no, they're just missions. You just go do things. Just drop the same assets and triggers you've got in these missions. If you know, I'm just doing the same thing into the other missions. The only unique thing you really need to add in is a few audio lines. That's it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I'm really shocked by the state.
I wouldn't even mind if keep the bosses the same. Just reuse the bosses. That's fine. But just drop in the same tile sets or something. If you need be, or just put in the same bosses, but just palette swap what the boss is. So you could get the wolf fight and make just put a different humanoid in instead. That'd be interesting.
I've got one for you. Right, a Carl mission. Right, that is in the Mycoan base. Right. And effectively, it's that one mission where you've got to run between the different points.
Oh, the defense points.
Yeah.
Where I love that little bit in the quest where it's like, right, you've got to defend and like it would actually feel really good for Carl because as a Warframe, you're like, oh well, I'm a walking nuclear weapon. It's like they're not going to get past me. But for Carl, that could actually be quite a balanced and interesting way because obviously he's limited in his weaponry, and that so they could even put difficulties on how hard it's going to be, kind of thing. So it's they could do that. That would be so good, and it'd be going back to all those little quests and bringing in the little things like that, like the Mycoans you're talking about.
Yeah,
that would be brilliant.
You could actually have it so that there's multiple of these doors happening at the same time. So maybe it's a case of you
have to balance between sending your brothers to one and going to others, maybe letting one soak a bit of damage.
Yeah, that would just work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that could be good. Now that one I think would take. Now, if that was to be designed, I would appreciate that. If we got that in the future, that'd be fine. If they're working towards that, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind it just some copy paste simple ones to bulk out the weeks. It doesn't have to be clever. It's just make an area, put a few what are required. Let's say what you have to do to get through some doors, or you have to rescue some people on there's nothing quite clever about them. They're just maps, and then just paste them out. Use new tile sets. It just annoys me so much.
Yeah.
But as for your one, yeah, your one there is brilliant. I would love that as a car mission. I think you could even make that whole car game mode with difficulties, because
let's up it. Let's kick it up a notch, right? The reason why the doors keep reopening is because Nama are reopening the doors, right?
Yeah.
So you've still got that whole element of potentially finding, they could expand it out a bit. Yeah, so let's not just have it like the same 5-second experience that the Warframes had, but they could expand it out a bit. You could go out into the caverns to go find the Nama that are constantly opening the doors. There you go. You've got, the Nama could be attacking the actual Mycoans directly while the sentients are invading. Sorry, not sentients, the infestations invading. There's so many different ways you could take the thing. I don't like the fact that we're just getting some small quality of life.
I am really disappointed in it. It's especially the way they said this is the Echoes update for it, and that's it. This is all we're getting. It's like, are we getting another one, or is this it? Because it was really feeling like, no, that's it. That's your Echoes update. That's done. That is done now.
I feel that they've done themselves a disservice by naming it, because if they just said this is the, what patch are we on? Let's say X. This is the X.5 update, right? We're not naming it because naming it gives it credence, right? And naming it makes it sound more important than actually. This isn't the Veilbreaker update. This isn't the new war. This is the 0.5 update. This is just some quality of life additions, right?
But by calling it an Echoes update and they've made a thing saying like, we kind of got this thing. Did they I can't remember what word they used for it. It's like describing as if, this is how we're going to do it now. We have our update, then we have our Echoes update that improves that. It's like, this is not finished. I'm sorry, it's like 3 call missions. That's it. This is pitiful. That's not even enough so that in a month you would get a different mission each week. It literally is just that, 3 things as the minimum to have a rotation, so that next week you aren't doing the one you did last week. Yeah. That's all they've achieved. And then, so I say, one of them is their quest, which is like, okay, so you made a quest, and then the other ones are just reused assets. And I thought, okay, well, this is easy. Just got to keep reloading assets, pasting a few things in to make them a little bit different, put some mobs in, put some objectives in, done. You've made another car mission. The only unique thing is getting some voice actors in. I don't know how much that costs, but it really shouldn't be that much.
Well, here's the big thing. Let's.
We're not. It's not like we're asking them to record the entire script for Bennett.
Oof! Shots fired. But very topical. However, the thing is, like, don't even bother doing that. Just change the location, right? Why can't we have, one environment that is, why can't we have like a vault, right? Sorry, that was too vague.
No, I don't worry. I'm totally with you that you're going to probably come up with some really nice ideas. That's why I'm going to stop here, because we're just going to get sad, because I know you're going to have some great ideas, and they're going to take dev work to do them, and it'd be like they'd have to take time. They'd have to, really scale them, shape them, maybe make the game mode work with Carl or something, and say that. Like, I'm not even saying that. I think that'd be brilliant, and I would love that, and I think the game should have that, and that's what we should be expecting. Like 2 new Carl weeklies, which are whole new crazy cool game modes, exploring how the system works and what can be done with it. Yeah, that's what I expect. But all I'm asking for is just copy repaste of the existing missions on different tile sets and different orders, just for a bit of variety. And we're not even getting that. Yeah. We're not even getting that. And I'm just like, and my worry is, because I've got this Echoes, does that mean that's it? Is this not going to get revisited in a later thing? Now, if you ask them now and you put it to them, I bet they're like, oh yeah, well, we will update the car thing, but we're going to do that at a later date, and it'll get a different name and things. Like, well, no, you've called this is the Veilbreaker update. You said this is the Echoes of it, which should be augmenting it, and it's not. It's just a few little side bits. Like, at the very least, we should have gotten 2 basic copy pasted car missions. I don't care if I'd be fighting the same boss with a different model, and just the only unique thing with the audio lines, a little bit of you'd have to write a little bit of back and forth between Carl and sister, and that's it. That's the only tricky, complicated bit. The rest of it, just give me copy paste.
I don't think you do. I think you just just have exactly the same audio lines, right? I mean, just to have a palette swap to be on different tiles for and maybe fighting a few different enemies, or just in different locales, would be enough for me. Yeah, you're right. Even that I could just accept the same voice lines. And some people, they might be like, oh well, people say we're being lazy and
just copy pasting stuff. It's like, yeah, but it's better than doing 3 missions in a month of resetting of 4. It just annoys me.
There's I don't know if you know this, and I don't really want to investigate it too much, but there's a memory test, right, to see how well people can remember numbers and things like this.
You are in the mountains.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? There's a psychological test that actually is used to remember, and I think on average people can remember like numbers in sets of 4, right? And then they start to lose, like, what is this? What's the 5th number, right? What's the 6th? So having it in sets of 4, like, so if you don't want your players to just constantly remember stuff, I think the minimum you need realistically is 5.
Yeah, 5 I would say would be the actual nice minimum for good quality of life.
Because the problem with 3 is that people are going to feel exhausted. I mean, as I said,
you go up through them. The problem with 1 is you're doing the same one every week. The problem is with 2 is you're doing the one you did last week. You'll do next week. That's the problem with 2.
Yeah,
because it's one or the other. And then with 3, at least you can say the one I did last week is not the same as I'm doing next week, or the one I'm doing this week. So 3 is the bare minimum to give a rotation, right?
I don't think it's a minimum viable product.
But to give a rotation that actually feels acceptable, 5 is a good number.
Yeah. Here's hoping,
So mini rant away, because I'm going to go on that forever otherwise.
Hell, I don't know. Maybe Tenno Gen. Can you just imagine if Warframe had a level editor?
Oh god, yeah. If because I've been doing player generated missions for ages. If it was make your own Carl mission, wouldn't that be so good?
Yeah, like people.
And okay, you wouldn't get voice lines, but you could type in what you want in the text boxes. So because that's how it used to be. You remember there were bosses that weren't voiced, wasn't there?
Well, they'd have like blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. They didn't actually have like proper English dialogue. I mean, it was hilarious because the Grineer and the Corpus spoke English, yet the bosses didn't.
And then they flipped it so the bosses speak English and the mobs don't.
Yeah. So it's I mean, screw it. Just like, I mean, fucking hell, Lek Krill's is still in audible. And people say that they can actually hear what the Stalker says. I can't make out the Stalker, but it is what it is. So I feel that, I mean, seriously, Warframe is getting to such a monolith. It's, I think it's becoming harder and harder for them to produce the same degree of content. And why not have something like a user-generated tile system, right? So people can make tiles for these different tile sets. If you want to make it, if you could choose a tile set to allow first ever tile set to allow players to create tiles for, right? Which tile set would you give them access to first?
Probably Grineer Galleon.
Yeah. I was either thinking the Galleon or the Asteroid. They're golden oldies. The only reason I would say the Galleon is I don't think it has any lifts. I think it's completely flat. There are stairs, so
but it's still completely flat. So you'd have to. The tiles could just be done from one top-down grid, and you could just see them, and you attach them one bolted onto the next.
Oh,
it doesn't have to worry about physicality.
I'm pretty sure.
Whereas, like, if you had things like the Corpus old ships or new ship, I'm not sure about the new ships, the Void, some of the asteroid tiles used to be quite vertical. I know they've taken some of them out, but there's still quite a few that have a bit of verticality to them.
Yeah.
And so, it just wouldn't be as much of an issue with the Grineer Galleon tile set. It's a golden oldie. It's to let people mess around with it and have the same tile 4 times in a row. Let people do it. If people want to do that mission, they'll do that mission.
No, I mostly mean. Sorry, I think I've confused someone. I just basically mean that allow players to create tiles, right? And then tiles can this is the Earth tile set.
Oh, you mean tiles for Tenno Gen?
Yeah. So Tenno Gen.
Oh yeah.
Tiles. And then,
let it be a Grineer Galleon. Let it be Grineer Gallion's first one because it was No, it wasn't the first one. The old Corpus ship was the first one for
I thought the
Warframe, but
asteroid
that's gone now.
was.
No, the old
Okay.
Corpus tile set. This ship was.
Okay. And oh yeah, because I remember Total Biscuit. When he did his review and everything, it was
Rainier on the Corpus
yeah,
spaceship.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
And
You're right.
if you go watch the 2004 video they made for Warframe, it was Grenier on Corpus spaceship.
Yep.
Or what has now become the Grenier was from Corpus. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
And then eventually, if players make good tiles, then I think they'll allow players to make actual full-fledged missions.
Well, I think you could Mario Maker a system using the tile sets, but that's why I say the Grenade Galleon. I was imagining you give people the Grenade Galleon, they could make it on a flat grid like you've got for the Dojo system for putting tiles together, and then let people put different things in different tiles. And it's like mini boss here, and there's a collection of things they can add in for like friendship doors, mini boss.
I'm thinking more along the lines of the hacking puzzle that Carl has. I mean, that was something that was new and added in. I don't know how those points, right, those interactable points have been introduced into the environment. I don't know if they have the level maker or they have some weird cobbled together. This is a Maya, so this is a scene, a tile that's been built in Maya, and there's a script that's associated to this scene, right? This tile, and this tile has all these interactable points, but this script is written in JSON, and like it's not like it's got a proper GUI like the Valve Hammer editor or the what was the Warcraft 3 editor called? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I can't remember.
What I mean,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So
I do remember it. I was playing with it. It was so easy to use.
Yeah. So I don't envision D having something similar. I could be wrong. Anyway, right.
They can make one.
I could make one. Yeah. Hell, player generated content. The way forward. Right. So shall we now move on?
Yeah. Sorry, enough ranting about that. Yeah, let's move on.
Right.
Maybe that. And just to say, it could be that they are just entirely held to leather working on Deviri, and they were like, right, we could send a few people to do this. We'll do it next year. But there was no sign of them saying they would do it. But let's I'm going to give them benefit of that and say maybe they'll come back to it next year and they will update it. But it'll just be like, oh, but it won't be the Veilbreaker. It'll be called Veil Future, Veil Revolution. I don't know. They're going to come up with some silly name like that, And it's like, that's why we didn't add more Carl missions. It's like, okay, whatever. But I seriously feel they needed to add them in this, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now was the time.
I do
because we're going to be doing these over Christmas now. There's like you're just still going to keep be doing your Carl missions. Why are you going to be doing your Carl missions? Well, because it's more crystal chances.
Yeah.
And it's like, but once you get 5 Tower Forge, like, no, but that's for each Warframe. You might want more. It's like, so people are going to be doing these same 3 missions endlessly on repeat. Possibly, I would say, for March next year, maybe if they get to Deviri out and they actually say, okay, we're going to have a mini update where we do some more game modes for you. It's like, it's going to be ages away.
A large part of me is tempted to even say, like, I'm not. Why am I doing the Carl missions? Is it just to get an extra crystal? Well, the only crystals I really want at the moment are the Tau ones. I'm like, do I really want to do the Carl missions if all I'm after is the Tau ones? Because if I don't get
but it's
a good one anyway.
But if it's because it takes so long to get. Let's say there was you though you won 5 Tower ones for, let's say, your Oberon, because I know you will. But then there's your other Warframes as well. Now, it'll take you forever to get 5 Tower Forge. So, but in that time, you could get a few extra, about, I don't know, another 15, 3 extra Warframes just to have something in them.
I mean, right now, I'm just going to put my 5th blue one in my Oberon in the footage.
Yeah.
I think I am. Because I noticed in the bottom right-hand corner, like, oh, I haven't actually put... Yeah, so I go do it at some point during this footage. And I don't have any Tau ones. I mean, lucky to those who do, but if
they are addressing that, yeah.
Huh?
They said they are thinking about that and whatever. But as I said, I think in a previous thing, obviously they're going to start out really hard to get, and in the future they'll be easier to get. It's how every resource has worked in Warframe. So yeah.
Yeah.
scarcity it always starts scarce because they want you to want it. They want you to play it. And then they're like, okay, well, people have been doing this for this amount of time. We've got our new content to push. Make the old content easier. Give them more options to get Tau shards. That's just what's going to happen.
So
just how it's going to be.
Going back to Tiberi Paradox being pushed back to next year, I'm fine with this.
Yep, as I say, I'm fine. Yeah, I'd rather have better content.
Yeah, because if it's a case of, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to argue against this. I think they're doing the right thing by introducing something in addition. So Lua's Prey, which is coming out in
right, which in my opinion was totally supposed to be bundled with Deviri, but has been chopped out and made in its own patch, and I'm fine with that as well because that happened with War Within.
I don't think it is, but we'll come back to that in a minute. They've still got something coming out for Christmas. They've still got Christmas content to do. I'm fine with them pushing back Deviri. I hope that the Christmas content isn't going to be as vapid as Cicero Crisis, which could be done in an afternoon. It was supposed to be a 3-week event. But, it's just something fun to engage with, right? And they even turned around and said that, Lua's Prey isn't going to be as big and meaty as the updates of new. This is going to be like updates of old, where it's
because it's clearly chopped out content. It was clearly supposed to be. What Warframe was going to be coming to Deviri? Oh, the Warframe, and now it's not because this was remember.
Sure, but I don't think the mission ever existed prior to them pushing it back.
No, I bet that was probably like with Vinker and Tell. That was probably content they had sitting around in the back burner, and we're like, oh, okay, we'll just bolt that into this.
Yeah,
and so yeah. So what did you say that the mission? Yes, yeah. They were probably like, wow. Now they've been talking about Necromexin missions for ages, and then all of a sudden they come up with this mission. It's because they probably had this ready for a while, and we're thinking, right, well, where should we put this? Because it's like Void Rigs on the moon. That's a bit of a weird sidestep, and it's like, okay, well, we'll like with Vincatel and Sprag and Vincatel. It's like, okay, well, we can't really find a point to bring them in. They've probably had that ready for ages, and they've just been keeping it on the back burner, and they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll just shove it in with this.
I agree. I think, they started working on this maybe with the likes of Orphix Venom. Maybe this is one of the prototypes to a Necromech mission, and it didn't work out as well as Orphix Venom. But in the end, they're like, well, it's still viable. It's not the best option, but I mean, it's a viable option at least. We can just put it. I'm fine with this. So let's.
I'm fine. No, I'm nothing. I have nothing against it. I think it's cool. Yeah, let's get into it. I think it's cool content. Finally, more Necromech stuff is good. More Necromech stuff is best Necromech stuff.
Right. So first off, Lua's Prey, and then talking about the mission afterwards. This is coming this year as a prequel to Deviri. New Warframe will release with this update. Wolfie McWolframe. Coming with Wolfie McWolframe will have primary and melee weapon, her axe, and an energy-based sniper rifle. A void skin. I don't remember them saying a void skin. I'm 100% on board for a void skin.
Void skin's always good. Void skin, best skin.
An ephemera. I don't remember the ephemera. I don't remember what it looked like. And a Levarian entry. Now this was something I was interested in. It's like, yes, Levarian. Oh, can't skip out on me Levarians, right? Arts for Varuna was shown. Oh, actually, to be fair, we have an asset for this. Which one's the one for? I'll work it out. So if I go to memes, is it this one? Yeah. So here we go. So,
also, it's got such a weak name, Lua's Prey. Maybe this was again supposed to be, as you're saying, this was going to be an operation, and they're just like, meh, we'll just
Meh. So each head of her armor has a name. Raksha, Lykath, Ulfra, and Dinara, which are the other runner-up names that were in the poll. Each head relates to an ability. Varuna will not have a regular passive. You can change her passive in mission based on the 4 wolf heads. New Oroking character, Tuval, was shown on stream. It apparently has something to do with the plot. And there are additional Void Shell skins coming with Lewis Prey, Grendel, Mag, and Frost. I'm so glad that they haven't just ditched the Void Shell skins. I was genuinely worried that they
No. We need more Void Shell skins. I would be complaining that should not be abandoned. That needs to go forward. That's to me. I see that like when they did. Oh, what was the name of the term? When they gave us the ability to tint the gold stuff. There was a term for what is it? To tint the gold parts on a PBR. Yes, I see that as like the equivalent of the PBR update years ago. It's like void skins. All skins should become void skins.
Yeah.
I don't think that's feasibly possible because it would be a mad amount of work. But just void skins should be the base state for things going forward. They are really great. I want more. You know.
Yep. So in the actual mission itself, we got 2 new survival-based nodes on Lua called Conjunction. Only playable post New War. These will be the only star chart nodes for now, where a necromech can be used every 5 minute spawns a mini boss that drains life support faster. I like this. This
again, pretty cool.
It felt like an homage to. Do you remember Dawn of War 2: Last Stand?
Yes.
Where we had the wave system. Was it every 4 waves, or was it every? I can't remember how many waves it was. And it became so much harder. So harder mission will have skewed results towards farming Varuna. Right. Okay. So basically you have there's better rewards. Sorry, better drop chances to get Varuna on the harder mission. We've also got Zaku Deluxe, as shown on the stream, coming with Lua's Prey update. Zaku's skin the deluxe skin for Lotus, coming with the Zaku bundle, will apparently also have things like cutscenes in the second dream. So basically, they're going to swap out the model. I've not actually tried rerunning the second dream with the way my Lotus looks now, so I'm interested to see it. So yes, there's so much more. So I thought, so let's talk about the Lua's Prey stuff, right? How do you feel about the actual mission itself?
The mission itself for Lua's Prey?
So it's just basically a harder survival.
No, I think it's fine. It's cool. It's. I like the idea we've got necromechs in. Necromechs need more missions. I was thinking about it, but I'm kind of against just them giving necromechs in all missions. I would like that, but it's like it would then become like arc guns. It'd be so problematic. Like, well, what am I taking to a mission? Do I need my why am I not using my necromech the whole time? Why not use my arc gun the whole time? Isn't it supposed to be a bigger, better gun, bigger, better weapon? So I can appreciate that. Then I hope they stick to that, not for all missions. But then in the missions they need to be unique and bring, have some purpose that your other tools don't complete in the mission. Yeah?
Yes.
So as for the mini bosses, love the concepts that it's like you've got to get them down quickly, otherwise they'll start draining your survival meter faster. It's like, yes, this is the kind of simple but interesting spin on existing mission types that we should be seeing more of. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me say like I can come off the top of my head how to do this for mobile defense or exterminate. But I would like to see this. Like take the existing mission types and then just add a little bit of flavor to it, a little bit of variation. Like that's perfect. That's what we need. We need more of that. Hell, wouldn't it be great if they could come up with loads of these little ideas and then they could just be on any mission on the star chart, these were like optional things you could turn on. So when you go to a survival mission, there's a plus button and it says like 5-minute mini bosses or I don't know, it would tiles randomly become inhospitable. So you have like, if you stay in that tile, you'll use up the life support quicker, and you can tell that this tile's now, it's a venting atmosphere tile, so you got to stay out of that tile. Things like, these could be cool optional mission extras they turn on and off. There's so many ways they can do it. So having this as a new game mode for Lua sounds great. Look forward to it. Gonna enjoy it. I really enjoy Necromech stuff, and I want to see more of it. So
do you think this could lead to additional Necromechs?
I bet this is the last Necromech content we'll ever get.
You genuinely think this is gonna be the last
Necromech only content we're gonna get? Yes. This is it.
Is this Necromech only content?
No, it's not Necromech. Oh, no. Necromech. There is no Necromech. There isn't really any Necromech only content. Necromechs fit into the playstyle with your Warframe, with your operator. But this is the last. So Necromech content is just stuff where you can spawn your Necromech, and this is the last thing we're ever going to get, in my opinion. What was the last Railjack update?
Oh,
when was the last time they mentioned they're going to do a Railjack update?
Yeah.
When was the last time they mentioned they've got plans that at some point in the future we're going to do this with Railjack, but it's just a bit hard to do at the moment, and we promise maybe we'll do it long term in the future? No, none of it. Railjack is done. This is the last piece of Necromech content, and this, as I say, is because this was designed ages ago, and it's just been sitting on the back burner, and we're like, let's get that out.
That's fair. That's kind of sad.
I mean, I'd love to be proved wrong. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not. It's like, but from what, almost 10 years of experience. This is how it is. So I'm going to really enjoy it. But I bet this is the last piece of Necromech content we ever get. Oh yeah. If there's another open world, you'll be able to summon it, like proper open world, to be able to summon that there. But that's just like, okay, existing stuff. It's like, but there won't be any design stuff for the Necromech on there. It's just like, yeah, just there. That's the best you could hope for.
Do you think we'll ever see do you remember, the 2018 teaser to Railjack where the ship actually came
down into Venus?
Yeah. Do you think
so that you could fight orbital ion cannons that were shooting down onto Venus, so you could continue a mission on Venus because you just couldn't? Yeah, I'd love that. No, we're not getting it. It'd be brilliant, because it's like that was what was kind of mind-blowing to me, and that's how Railjack was supposed to integrate into the rest of the world more so. Rather, I don't know why. I think it was. I think it was Nazareth who showed me he overlaid the star charts, so there's no reason for Railjack to be separate.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's the same thing, because that's how it should be. Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Hello. No. Yes. Where's the light bulb? No. No. Right. That it needs to. Sorry. Damn it. It needed to be integrated. That was the whole point of it, instead of this whole separate thing. So first of all, get that Star Trek, combine it. But also with the open worlds, all the open worlds should have to be expanded with, like, the open world, and then whatever's happening in orbit above that open world. There's only 3 of them, so it's not hard.
Yeah, I would like it. God, I was just thinking, I'd love it if there was some sort of infested orbital cannon that was literally shooting infested spores into other parts of the origin.
Into other parts of space. And so, yeah, you had to, first of all, disable ground what was the stuff that's going up there, and then you realise, wait, where are these going in space? Right, we have to go up and fight the orbital, I don't know, slingshot launcher that launches giant spores to attack other planets. Wouldn't that be cool? And then in other bits, it's sometimes... Yeah. It's a bit weird that I would love to have that be how Plaguestar. There's a recurring thing where it wouldn't work though. It's like, because the more that they spend out, the more chance they would get one to start Plaguestar. But you want people to do the mission, which in theory the law would be you're trying to stop Plaguestar. I don't know, but it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing. And then so both the planes and on Venus, on Fortuna, on the on the Veil. Veil? I don't know. The it should have that orbital section to tie it in where there's, shipments come. Sometimes there's be loads of little missions which will send you up, but send you down, where you could choose at any point to go up to the top, and then if you attack it, it will have an effect on the stuff on the ground. Or if you have do stuff on the ground, like that's how they could bring in the whole. I know it wouldn't be Squad Link, but bring in the whole Star Wars thing, where you've got to take out a shield generator on the ground to be able to just hack something in that comes into orbit. Maybe make them limited time, like that. There's random events and they're time based. Like I know you hate it, but the night and day of Earth does add a sort of timer challenge thing to it. You've got to get the Eidolon done before day breaks. It just variety, just tell these things. But no, we're not getting it. Anyway, let's go back to DevStream. They didn't talk about anything about Railjack. Necromax, that's what we're talking about.
I mean, part of me wonders, should this lure mission be potentially Necromech only?
No, I don't think. No, like I say, Necromechs aren't supposed to work only. They're not an only thing. What they're supposed to be is part of your toolset when you come to a certain challenge, and that's how they work, and they're fine.
That's how
you just
they
need
should
to,
work, but that's not how players work.
The problem is, the problem is what you need to do is add interesting and varied things for you to do in your Necromech, so that you feel like, oh yes, I needed this tool for this job, instead of just, oh, you can only fight in a Necromech in this bubble. It's the laziest thing. Like Necromechs, just expand them. What does a Necromech have? What does it do? What can it? That's why I really felt what it should be is that there are enemies which, when we had outguns and they would be used for Profit Taker, I thought that's all right. So this is kind of a new class of enemy that requires us to fight it with larger caliber weapons. And then the Necromech would be like, finally we've got the larger platform, a correct platform to use the larger caliber weapons in gravity for a longer period of time. But they just got rid of that. It's just like, no, you can just shoot them. You can just stab them with your Chev, and that'll kill giant bosses just as much as using this giant rail gun. It's just, yeah. So I look forward.
I don't know. Like, I just feel. I don't think you're wrong that the Necromech stuff this is probably going to be the last of it. I feel deflated. Is the whole reason why I stopped doing I was really enjoying engaging in the trials, right? In World of Warcraft, I barely engaged with the raids until they made it easy, and I wasn't going to let that happen with Warframe. I thought, I'm going to really get into it. I'm going to properly play this. I remember doing the first run with Magamu all those years ago, and then it was like a few months after the release. It felt like a few months, maybe it was like 6 months or something. And then they turned around and said, like, yeah, we're ditching the raid stuff, and like we're no longer going to be expanding it and things. And I was just like, well, fuck me. Why should I bother anymore? And that's the sort of deflation I've just had with your keen sight on this is what they could potentially do, and knowing their motivations and things in the past, like, players aren't necessarily engaging with Necromech content in the slightest. But again, I think you're too right to say, you got to make it more interesting. You got to make it like, here's one for you. I've just had a thought. I hate these Batman fuckers, right? I hate these Batman fuckers who put fucking utility belts on all the goddamn time and make it fucking infuriating. Oh, look, I can't hit this last thing because it's fucking against the wall.
Yeah.
And fucking won't stop to... anyway. So, what if I can actually bring a Necro... Oh, look, it's respawn its fucking utility belt. Fucking wonderful. Anyway, what if I could spawn in a Necromech and just shred the fucker?
Yeah,
I would fucking love that, and I think that's...
right. And then you would say, like, well, okay, so then that's just what you would do. So why don't you just do that right? Well, why don't we make it that in the surrounding tiles there are jammers that are preventing you to get your Necromech in? So you'd have to go away and hack through several terminals in the outside while people are still fighting this to enable Necromechs in the mission.
Sure.
Add a little sub option with it. It isn't just, oh, look, here's these enemies, I summon Necromech, I shoot them, the Necromech beats them. It's like, well, if you want to bring your Necromech, you're going to have to go do this extra thing.
Well, I think that should be something for later content. But for initial content, like you initially get your necromech, there should be some content which is it just starts building up the habit of no, this is something you fight with your necromech.
Yeah.
You should start. It's like the whole what's the name of the thing, Loz? The dual pressure pads in
those never came.
Yeah, you need to start training people. Hey, this enemy, necromech's better. Not what's called the only option, just better, right? Oh, what's that? You need to use your necromech, but there's a anti-necromech field in the area, or you need like to put down a beacon for orders to drop your necromech, right? Then you get the idea. You slowly expand upon the play style and not just But I fucking hate these fuckers. They're just so infuriating. I can deal with the fucking owl boss faster than I can deal with these little shits. And yeah, I don't know like how to deal with this stuff. I just got a Stradivar out. I'm doing so much more damage with the Stradivar Prime than any other weapon. I don't even know what. Oh god. Anyway, here's Batman utility belt wankers. Right. What were we talking about? I think it's time to move on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Right. I just want to point out, still doing the same fucking boss fight after that period of break. Yeah. Anyway, right. So let's move on.
Are you? Wow. Did you pause the footage?
No.
Wow.
It's because these fucking Batman utility belt wanking assholes.
Yeah.
Such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So, let's have a look. So, Grenell rework coming with Lua's Prey. I missed that. I think that might have been when I had to step away for a bit. Ureli's getting changes. So, passive will be more forgiving. What is Ureli's passive?
I can look it up. What frames? You ready?
Yeah.
Abilities passive. Ever flowing with the seas. Your moves at least. Whenever your ready moves for at least 1.5 seconds, she gains critical flow buff that increases critical chance on her secondary weapons by 200%. Critical flow lasts until your ready stops moving.
So while she's moving, she gets critical chance buff. Was that?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So I assume what that'll be is like, if you've stopped moving for, I don't know, they're gonna change it to a second. Like you have to stop moving for a second, then it will.
Maybe it'll tick down rather than just disappear.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Right. Sea snares increase damage. Her K drive will not decast when going to operator. Will also apply to regular K drives. And Riptide will become a 2-part cast. Press to grab enemies, press to burst. I can't remember what her Riptide ability is.
Riptide ability is her
Hydro ability.
Bird, Aquablades. It's her ultimate ability. So it drags enemies into a crushing maelstrom, then blow them away with in a watery burst. Each enemy trapped in the vortex increases the burst damage.
Fair. Right. Okay. Well, it's nice that she's getting addressed. I think she was the least liked Warframe out of the lot for the longest time. So, then we've got the self damage information. So the prototype for self damage was demoed during the stream. Maximum of 75% of your health can be dealt to you. It bypasses shield gating. No damage from multi-shot or secondary damage like Tsar or Brahma cluster bombs. No self CC. No self procs. If they release it, it will be with Lua's Prey. dev workshop coming with threat. Okay, so Loz, my friend Loz, we have fixed the game. Because they're bringing back self-damage. In theory, they're potentially bringing back self-damage. And there was more to it, like the distance. So you could be closer to the explosion than the enemies without worrying about receiving the damage. I think that was one of the points that they had.
That was the thing. So the issue was with self-damage before was not that it was a bad idea in principle. It's just there were so many issues with the game, little things that would mean that it was so easy to just get that massive damage on you.
Yeah.
To do with like side projectiles or an ally getting hit or something like that. So it didn't need removing. It just needed a tweak and an update and some thought put to it.
Yeah.
And so they went, remove it from the game.
Well, I think what they were trying to do was admirable. The only problem is that when people realize, wait a second, there's no negative for me to actually use something point blank. It just blew up into this whole AoE meta thing, which has garnered so much disapproval, you know. I've really got to stop watching funny stuff while playing Warframe, because I just violently wriggle the camera whenever I see something funny or listen to something funny. Anyway, sorry, I just saw it again 2 seconds ago. Anyway, so I think this is a good step forward. This is something that we've been championing. I have seen someone in the Discord going, you know, why are they bypassing shield gating? But do you think that's a big deal?
No. Shield gating is brought in. It's just so weird. It's like shield gating was brought in so that a sniper didn't just one-shot you or something. It's just, you know, core mechanic. And it's sensible to bring that in. But it's like, oh, but why isn't that affecting my own damage? Like, because it's your own idiocy. Just don't. That's not why shield gating exists, to protect you from your own idiocy.
Yeah.
Oh, but shield less work that way. Just no. Just shh.
Yeah. Get good.
Don't be silly. Shh.
Yeah. Okay. Any other I think it's a little confusing, but
it's a wait and see. We'll have to see how it comes into play, but I think it's a good thing they're bringing. I think it's a good change.
Yep, I really hope that they do bring it in. Right, so next, Nightwave Nora's Mix Volume 3. This will be launching with Lua's Prey. Oh god. The new pistol, new weapon skins and things. I'm pretty sure it's just secondaries for the time being. The protocol skins, which were inspired by Dark Sector, and a proto necromech skin will be in the rewards for Nora's Mix Volume 3.
Yay! I don't get why they're called mix anymore. Just call it Nightwaves. Just call it. It's not but a mixtape is where you get lots of variety from many options, and you're like, this is my collection of all these things. Mm-hmm. There isn't that much stuff, and they add new stuff in now, so it's not a mixtape anymore. This is just Nightwave now. Mm-hmm. You just call it Nightwave Season Blur.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do that because they're like, oh, but we put so much effort into your Nightwave seasons. It's like, well, why not just replay those seasons then?
Yeah.
You know, there's content there. We could redo that? Nope.
Okay, so my first question to you is, how do you feel about these protocol skins?
Oh, these again. This is why this is a patch of. I don't know. It's not bad. It's like everything they've had in the kitchen sink, and they're just like, "I'll just make a new patch. Just put stuff in." So these skins were teased ages ago. Mm-hmm. And I remember, from my silly brain of pointless things, I remembered Sheldon making a joke of calling them, oh yeah, it's like, it's we've got a lore thing for the game, and it's like, he made some comment in that direction, and it's like, what? No, you're just releasing some skins. It's like, oh, it's so stupid. So these are just the Dark Sector skins, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. These have been on the cards for forever. I mean forever. I can't remember how many are. I'm going to put a pin, say 7 years, 6, 7 years. They teased these ago.
I kind of want to say 8 or 9. I swear.
Yeah, it's I was
really early on.
7, 8, I don't remember. I don't think 9, but like maybe 8. I think we can probably go with 8.
Okay.
8 would be So these are not new, and these have just been bouncing around. Maybe they've done some updates to them. They say they haven't. It's like, okay, but the base skin is still surely going to be the same thing. So what's going on there? It's like, we just released these.
Definitely updated them, right? Because before there was just the Beretta skin, and it didn't look nearly as detailed as we saw.
Of course, because technology's improved in the 7/8, probably 8 years. The things have happened.
Well, I'm just saying. I think they've just remodeled them. I think they've reskinned them, and I think they've just redone them entirely. I don't know. Maybe I'm a big fuddy-duddy. I don't know, but I don't like them. I've never been a fan of those episodes of Star Trek where you've got these really cool-looking phasers and they look plasticky and unrealistic, and they're just props and whatever. But then, hey, look, I've brought out this 44 Magnum, and like, it doesn't go with the motif. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in the Halo series that started recently.
The Halo series? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in one of the first episodes, there's like a guy there with just an AK-47.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I must have
it's like,
my brain.
It's like, yeah, I know it's a gun. Yeah, I know they're humans on a different planet, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to be making the AK-47 100 years from now. And I think they slapped some metal plates on it or something. It's like, it's an AK-47.
I can't remember what. Like, I remember, like, Master Chief's iconic rifle.
And the alien guns and everything. Yeah, they're all there. Well, when they're not, when you take the pause on the certain shops and realize they didn't do the CG for them.
Yeah, I remember the iconic rifle and things, but I can't remember if the iconic rifle was used by everyone. Or if it was just right. So did everyone else just have like the other?
No, but a lot of it is not just. You say everyone, but as if that you're thinking the rest are like Marines, like you see in all of the Halo movies. Halo games. Like there's Master Chief and Marines because that's what he's
No. Not
remember in the bloody.
I'm talking about like the box.
No, the UNSC Marines. Yeah. But you're thinking in the terms of the games because that's all Master Chief interacts with. Yeah. Remember, this is the one where it's like, but this is a colony of ragtag, diverse people living out on the fringes, and they're being oppressed by the blah 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 blah. It's like, this is not the Halo series. This is just you wanting to have your diverse freedom fighters, and look, they've got things like AK-47s and things like. It's just so stupid. So no.
Anywho.
Oh yeah, these skins. I don't know. The pistol looks tiny. It looks very tiny. Yeah. I think we'll just wait and see what the full set looks like when it comes into the game. But I just don't think. I just think it's just gonna look weird. But the thing is, they're so tiny in all the things' hands that you probably won't even notice them when other people use them, and you don't have to use them yourself. So if they've been added to the game, that's fun. What more can you do?
The big thing for me is what's the name of the I think a comparison is like in Warhammer 40k, you got these big stonking weapons and things like that. I'm not talking about the Space Marines, because the Space Marines are 9 foot tall.
Yeah, roughly.
They're massive, right? The what you call it? Their bolter rounds are like basically the size of a person's fist, right?
Yeah,
regular person's fist.
It's the size of basically a grenade. It's a rocket propelled grenade on a machine gun is what a bolter is basically.
But even so, like when you see what's the name of it? The Imperial Guard, they're not wielding things like AK-47s or Berettas or
no.
They're still wielding quite chunky weapons, and
they have the bullet guns still do exist, and instead of being like the AK-47 is I think it's one of probably the most mass-produced machine gun or whatever you call it, assault rifle. Well, what is an assault rifle? Assault's a really weird term. It's not. There's no classified term. There's no classified term for assault rifle. There's no definition of what an assault weapon is. Don't try and define it, because there isn't one. Trust me.
So if I type into
there'll
Google,
be one, but it won't give you a clear definition that I could say, okay, well, is this an assault rifle? Is this an assault rifle? It may give you some term, but it won't actually be that very useful for defining what an assault weapon is. It's one of the problems in America at the moment, because they've got
a lightweight rifle developed from the submachine gun, which may be set to fire automatically or semi-automatically. So what is the definition?
Right, so by that definition, if it doesn't have automatic fire, it's no longer an assault weapon. But some people will say things are assault weapons, even though they can't have automatic fire. It said lightweight there. Well, what's light is lightweight? You know, these are so anyway, that's the point. What were we talking about? We're back to 40k.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So saying AK-47 thing. So in the 40k universe, they're called auto guns, and they're just all referred to as auto guns. But for the majority of them, they're the same style thing, and they shoot the same caliber of bullets mostly, and they're just auto guns. But the reason why they're not used as much is because the inefficiency of carrying ammo to a battlefront when you need thousands upon thousands upon thousands of millions of rounds of ammunition. When las technology exists, where to recharge a las pack, you can just put it out in the sun.
Really?
Yeah, and it has the same stopping power of a bullet, but you can carry packs easier. A pack has more for weight, has more shots than bullets. And they're very reliable, they're very durable. You could drag the las gun has no moving parts, you can just drag it literally underwater or through mud and it'll still shoot. And in an emergency, you can even chuck the las pack, the battery, in a fire. Doing that will damage the pack, but you can recharge it really quickly.
Oh wow.
So that it's just so much more stopping power and endurance for a weapon that so bullet technology isn't. But you're right, they don't have AKs, but they have they're just called auto guns or stubbers, and they're just generic, but they don't have AK-47s.
Yeah. So it just feels off for me that they would exist in Warframe. But as you previously said, I think this is just like, let's just grab all the stuff that we didn't finish and get it out the door.
We need to. Oh well, we're going to delay this. Sensible. They're delaying Deviri. I have no issues with Deviri. Okay, let's chop some stuff off. I'm sorry, this Warframe is supposed to come out of Deviri. That's fine. They've done it with Lord in, and it's sensible. It's really sensible to go. Okay, well, what can we deliver? Let's give a patch out for Christmas to keep everyone's focus. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, well, we just wouldn't have anything. That's cool. No problem with that. But then it's like they're just like, have a dig through the cupboard, see what you can find.
Well, there was one comment that Rebecca made, and I nearly sent you the intensifies meme, where she basically says that this will be the first time we'll ever catch up with all the promises we give, and it was basically off the back of the Baruch deluxe skin teaser, right? Because they teased the Baruch deluxe skin many moons ago, and they're finally going to be delivering it. But the thing that jumped into my head was like, yeah, okay, what about Neff and Durfanio boss fight? Yeah, that's never coming.
No. We've got Carl, who sits in his own... Sorry, yeah, no, not Carl. We've got... what's his name? Clem, who's been voice acted, sits in his own little dugout, his little, brunt fort.
Yeah.
It has its own mission and everything, But can we have Def and Nerfanio? No.
I want Nerfanio to be just on the sidelines. I don't ever want to encounter him because, like,
no, don't worry. He's never gonna have a boss fight. What are you talking about? They don't do boss fights.
Good. Like, I just don't want it because all too often do we have like characters in anything that okay, so one of the biggest criticisms I have with World of Warcraft in the later years was the fact that they resurrect so many dead characters because they can't be effed to come up with brand new ones, all because every single time they introduce a character you have to kill it. It's like, oh, this is a villain, you have to kill them. Why can't there be Skeletor? Why He-Man doesn't kill Skeletor? He-Man defeats Skeletor and Skeletor runs away for another day, but you never kill Skeletor. Why can't we have one of those?
Yeah, no. It's the same thing with Doctor Who. why does the Doctor always have to defeat the Daleks? Why can't sometimes he's supposed to just run away? Foil's a major minor plan of theirs and doesn't kill every single Dalek, and then it's just like, why is he killing every single Dalek every single mission now? It's like every single episode now. It's just silly. It's so silly.
And then there's still more Daleks, and but I killed every single Dalek.
But not this one, and then there's more, and there's but I kill them all again with a magical super wave which goes through all time and space and destroys every single possible Dalek. Next episode, Dalek back.
And then it's so nonchalantly, I thought I killed you all. I was like, no.
But you missed the ones hiding in this sub-pocket dimension that had cheese.
But this was the mirror universe. But you did it on a Thursday, and I don't appear in the universe on Thursdays.
We were all 1 second out of time with the rest of the universe, thus we survived.
So yeah, no, I really don't. I don't want to see the Neff Anu fight. I really don't. I like him as a character, just on the side to bounce off of. That's keep him. I want more for that for the Grenier. I want more for that. I want one for the Infested. I'd love it if there was sort of like an Overmind character that slowly builds up from a humble origin to I'm this giant brain now. I'm hidden somewhere in the origin system. You can't find me. I'm just gonna taunt you constantly.
You're not allowed to give the Infested plot truth.
It's not the Infested. It's the brown strain.
You're not allowed to give the proxies plot truth.
Anyway, right. Let's move on. So that was oddly enough from Nora's Night and the protocol guns. Right, so cross-platform play. More testing will be ongoing with all consoles. There will be no announcements of the tests. Cross-save will be next year. An FAQ in the forum will be updated as things change. Oh, we had an asset for that, didn't we?
Yes.
I don't know which one it's under. Is it that one?
I think we had an asset for Vent Cretel and things, but we haven't used that either.
Oh yeah, we did. Is it that one? No, that was the Venkertel one. That was I completely forgot about that one. Was it this one? There you go. So yep. What else is there? So I don't think there's anything else to play. I like the idea that finally the platforms are able to start playing together and things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's a you say that, but it's kind of sad it's taken them so long to do it, because PC Warframe hasn't been PC Warframe for so long now at the expense of what this is eventually leaning to. I know we find once we finally get it, we can play together with all different consoles. That's brilliant. That's what they should have done there. Remember, Steve used to talk about his Rainbow Bridge, and it's like that's what all the intention was, okay? But PC Warframe has had to sacrifice so much for so long to achieve this goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say, like, well, what about the console games? Like, do they not matter? It's like, well, they've always been based on the cert system. They made talk of that as well this time on, like, this is a mainline update or something, so it means we can actually change the code or something.
What do you mean?
That's what Megan said. She made some comment about this is a certain mainline update, so we can actually do changes to the code, so we're going to do this, this, and this. And I was like, what?
I don't understand.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
I mean, either. It's like, the only thing I can understand is it used to be, back in the day of PCs used to have, oh, we're going to chuck out this weapon this week. Oh, we're going to chuck out this. It was so much more fresh, so much more, organic. We've lost that so that we can eventually tie in and do sync up with the consoles. But it really just guts.
It felt like we lost that months and months and months ago to sync up with the consoles.
Yeah, this is taking a long time.
But but I think they stopped working on it for a long time until recently when Rebecca pushed for it again. That's why I really think it's the new guard pushing to do it, or no, I mean they started working on it a while ago. So yeah, it's been like, oh look, here I am. I'm getting rid of the red crystal and I'm putting in the blue crystal. And I'm like, hey, check out my blue crystals. None of them are Tau. All right.
Yeah, I'm not fussed. This is the same thing I've had with everything in the game. Is eventually they'll add in a way for you to just get more Tau shards. You'll probably fuse.
I'm just, it's not the end of the world by far. I'm just saying, like, look at me. I got all Azure shards. Anyway,
Look at you. I'm the Tau Forge shard now.
Anyway, so moving on to the next part, which is rendering. Currently, they have 2 rendering methods maintained at the same time: classic and enhanced. And classic rendering will be phased out hopefully by Deviri. Enhanced rendering will be optimized for older machines and consoles by that point. Soulframe will only have enhanced rendering. I missed that news point entirely.
Yeah, well, of course it is. New game.
But no, I think it's important. I think it's good to just phase out the old stuff. I mean, heck, who knows how much of the old stuff was preventing development.
Yeah. No, it's good. It is good.
Moving on, primary surgeons rotation happening in November. Maybe that's what that first asset was.
Yes, that's what it was.
Movember returning, re-enabling the mustache cosmetics. Tenno round deadline will be removed. Releases will be coming more frequently. Oh, is that what they meant?
Tenno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making it so that they can release more frequently.
Yep, which is great.
Oh, wow. That's really impressive.
It's going to be great for everyone who makes Tenno and great for everyone who enjoys Tenno and buys it, because they can get more art and people can make more money. It's good. Good. D still doesn't get a praise. Steve does try and bring it up now and then, but like I don't know if anyone does give a better deal for Tenno, custom made assets in their game. But as far as I'm aware, Steve used to champion how much of a good deal the percentage they gave was to people who don't. And I still remember, I'm terrible names. Marmot. Freezing Marmot? Freezing.
Frelling Halbot.
Terrible with names.
Yeah.
I remember sitting next to him and he explained to me at Tenno VIP once in the canteen. Freezing Marmot?
No, it's
terrible names.
It's Frelling something. It's Frelling something.
Terrible names.
Hazmot. Frelling Hazmot.
There you go. And don't know where I got Barbot from. But yeah, he paid off his entire student debt with how much he made from Tenno. It's like, it literally changes lives, Tenno.
Yep.
It's so good.
I mean, granted, the problem is being a freelancer, but
yeah. Yeah. Not all easy and rosy, but it's like it has the potential.
Yes.
So that's great. So more Tenno and quick Tenno. That's great. Yeah.
Drifter armor attachments coming with Echoes of Veilbreaker. Next round of augment changes coming with Lewis Prey. And dedicated to Deviri stream in January. I've got to say, I have actually been enjoying the dev streams better. I do think, even though this one...
they're fine, yeah.
Even though this one, I wasn't overly pleased with hearing what's being developed for the Echoes of Veilbreaker.
I imagine most people are going to complain about the fact that Deviri's delayed. I have no issue with that. But I was like, yeah. But to call this like an Echoes thing, and it's like, well, that's it then?
Yeah, they shouldn't have named it. They really, really shouldn't have named it, because it just gives it more credence than it actually will deliver. So, and that's going to be part of the problem. Everyone's just going to complain. It's like, oh, this was an Echoes update. Right.
Oh, that's what we're complaining. That's literally
what we're complaining. Self-fulfilling complaints. Right, and that's it for the dev stream. So I think it is time to move on with the rest of the show. So let us move on to the graphs. Shoot. That one. No, wait. Crap. I need to put in something that... Yeah, so going into the graphs. So the first graph we have today, are you still running the Carl missions? I'm going to say I'm not. Are you still running the car missions?
Yeah, we're running one now.
Cool.
But I don't make sure I do every update, every side objective. I normally run them twice. One that I just try and do as many as I can, and if I fail, it's like, okay. Like I just did it while we the first time through. I literally only got the finish of that dying thing, and my oh god, because I missed. It's the bloody Murex. If you like think, okay, oh, I might as well get on the ship. And you're like, oh no, you didn't. You missed one side bit on the start. Well, that means you've missed 2 people to break fail. You've missed several codes, and you've missed the floof. And it's like,
so the cumulative thing still isn't in yet.
No, it's part of the recos.
Wow, I thought they were going to bring that. I thought they were going.
How? They can't. They have to cert things. They can't just bring stuff in.
No, I thought they were going to bring it in. Like, I don't know, a minor hotfix fucking ages ago. They've been doing hotfixes.
They can't do that kind of thing for a minor hotfix.
But they have been doing minor hotfixes.
Yeah, they do minor hotfixes to make the game work, but they can't do that to change something like that. No way. That's what Megan was saying of how this is an actual update and we can actually can push changes.
Fine. Anyway. The next graph is when you run a Carl mission, do you attempt to complete all of the sub-objectives in one run, or do you run the mission multiple times quickly until they are done? So 40% said multiple runs as quickly as I want. 60% said one run as long as it takes. So
one run as long as it takes.
Yeah,
but I see. I would like to do one run as long as it takes, but then you get things like the Murex mission, and it's like, no. I mean, I'm doing the Murex one at the moment, and one of them on it is so stupid. It's kill. You know, on the flight stage, you've got to kill 12 enemies. Sometimes with that gun, I find that I can just kill things really easily, and then other times I can't hit anything. It's so weird. I only killed 2 last time, and I doubt it's cumulative. It is not. Yeah, for instance, man the guns. Take out 10 enemies with a dropship. Yeah. So if you suck at doing the dropship bit...
Well, the dropship bit doesn't work. It's not been working for ages. I don't even know if they fixed that.
What do you mean it doesn't work? I mean, I flew through it.
Yeah. But you can't kill anything. The kills don't count or something like that. Or
well, they're very hard to hit. I pointed at the enemies. I killed 2 last time, but that was it. That's all I got. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they did fix it, but anyway.
No, I don't know. It isn't. No, it does. You point the guns at the enemies, and I'm like, I'm pointing this gun at the enemy. Okay. Let me try leading. Okay, sometimes I can hit with leading. Oh, now I'm not hitting. Right, back to pointing. Oh, now I'm hitting them again. It's just
Right. So the where were we? That was the second one. So the third one is what would you rather see in Echoes of Veilbreaker? More missions or a Carl talent tree? 50-50 split.
Yeah, because both of them would be good. Yeah. The Carl talent tree would be cool because you'd feel like you're progressing Carl. Now, obviously, we do that cosmetically, but you don't actually get to improve his gear. What does he start with? What's his health? How many grenades does he carry? There's things that could be done, and we just get none of it. Because it really is. It needed to be like a tall gas level system. This sort of Carl thing.
Right, and then so that was 3. 4 was: have you ever found yourself in a game wanting to force reset your character? 33% said no, and 67% said yes.
There you go.
Yeah. The interesting one is, I think it's the 5th graph. How often do you find yourself wanting to force reset your character? 20% said multiple times weekly, 40% said once every 2 weeks, and 40% said so infrequently I can't remember the last time I wanted it.
Yeah.
So the multiple times weekly thing I feel is quite dubious. Like, what the hell are they doing to actually break it?
They're badly so often? I don't know.
The 6th graph is: do you think Xeno's concerns about being able to just respawn at will, regardless of restrictions, is unfounded? 44% said yes, and 56% said no. Fair. I don't think there's any point to comment on that one. The 7th graph is: how do you feel about the Legion of Tau Undying Crusade concept? 6% said negative, 44% said positive, and 50% said neutral. Right? Then we've got graph number 8. How do you feel about the sentient knight only being engageable once a month? 19% said positive, 31% said negative, and 56% said neutral.
Okay, so mostly a negative on that. I know it's neutral, but then actually most people are like, yeah, it's just what I expect from Warframe. Yeah, positive. It's like, yeah, I really like that. I only get one a month. Whereas most people are like, yeah, fine, whatever. It's just content.
Yeah.
I get content when I get content.
Right. And then last but not least is the joke question. How would you improve Legion of Tau? Right? So we have... I'm going to have to get the original... Right, okay. So how would you improve... So 13% said... the ultimate sentient knight should be called maximum decimal modulus. Process process to a murdered thread, algorithm to a murdered subroutine, and he shall have his revenge.
Oh dear.
Yep. You get what that is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good. Right. Then we have 25% for whisper rounds for everyone. Because whatever happened to those? I mean, one lore entry and that's it. And then the last, another 25% for sentients are replaced with the green fungus people that fight using psychic energies and breed by dying.
Breed by dying?
Yeah, because
I guess they are.
They do, don't they?
They do.
Well, I mean that's actually how they were originally written as in the Codex entry, but they just don't do that. They're birthed, it's just like that Codex entry is just wrong now.
Yep.
Right, and then 38% said a day on Tau is 1,024 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. You get the relevance of that one, right?
No.
Never mind then. Right, and that is it for the graphs. Okay, so let's move on to... What is it next? Supporter questions. Oh, shit, I haven't sent you the fucking supporter questions, have I?
You can. They're on 7.
No, because, the people did an update and they did more...
Pause then.
Pausing. Telling me what to do. Right, okay, cool. So let's get the... There you go, there's your supporter questions.
Yay! Okay, so first we've got Zerugol with some sort of Norse. So I'm going to fail at doing a Norse accent. So it's going to be awful.
I'm able to read this really well.
Really?
Yeah, before we start supporter questions, I don't know what that is.
Want to say.
Okay. I want to say thank you all for listening to our podcast so far. We really appreciate all the likes and comments everyone leaves on these episodes.
Well, it's a font. This font is labeled runes. Maybe you want to change all the... What is happening on screen?
Oh, that's me being pulled by or pushed by the Archon, and I'm stuck between a post and a thing, so I can't actually move, so I'm just spazzing out.
Okay. Maybe you should change all when you're reading stuff out into runes.
Runes!
Thanks for that. Zerugol asked, do you think people would be interested in an opt-in option to put damage numbers in chat for the simulacrum? It would have to be like a simulacrum own chat, so that only other people in the simulacrum see it, and
so
you can toggle it off if you want.
In a different
so people can EP each other.
So it's as long as they're in different simulacrums, so all the simulacrums are in a simulacrum
linked,
chat.
and you can just EP each other because it automatically puts the numbers.
Look at me! I just produced 10 giga damage in a
giga damage.
It's like, yeah, well, I produced 100 million terror damage in 10
seconds.
Yeah.
But my one-shot damage is 5 giga damage more than yours. But over time, I'm doing more. But mine ramps up so that within a 30-second thing, I do 1 triller damage.
Do you remember the EP bar on for the WoW April Fools?
No.
Yeah. I think it was like one of the early April Fools. I think it was like TBC era April Fools. and it was basically like, you know, depending on your gear score determines like the size of this bar that's just literally above your head. It's just like, it's just what the fuck.
Dear me. Right, Zip Chode, which I think is Thalian, says, yes,
God.
technical issues. I'm sorry, you're having some technical issues, Thalian. Please sort those out. Glad to, because I thought I'd miss these. Don't miss your technical issues.
Yeah.
Our nurse frame had it in progression model shown off on the dev stream, and DE seemed to be heavily leaning into the visuals that the artist Joe Mad is so fond of. What do you think of her new passive power that DE didn't discuss over the libido of the fan base?
What do we think of the passive?
New passive power that DE didn't discuss over the libido of the fan base.
It's
so
good.
they didn't talk about the passive because they wanted to talk about the fan base's libido.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, though, one question I have is like, how much are people going to like the fact that the different wolf heads are, you know, different shapes and things? Like, people like really like their symmetry. So if things aren't symmetrical, like, people lose their shit.
No, but they're all named, so I'm sure people will love that. They'll be like, "Oh my god, they're all named amazing.
Yeah,
it's so cute."
Yeah, it's all the names. All right,
all the names.
Anyway,
the cries of Deviri Wen continue, but it does warrant consideration when DE can carve an entire Warframe release, new mission variant, and farming location out of an update and drop it as an actual update in and of itself. Should we actually push for DE to do that more and have updates like Deviri shaved down so that devs can make the updates more frequent again? Or should we allow DE scope creep to continue delaying content? No, it's not that they're pushing. I honestly feel they're pushing for as few updates per year as possible. They really probably want to get out to like 3 or 4 because, and it's not because of PC, it's because of certing for consoles, because they have to make sure they don't brick consoles, and that just takes a lot of dev time. So the more updates you have, the more time is lost
we believe.
No, it is. No, but no, it's a physical fact. They're going to have to do some checks and tests when they do a search. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get
so
that.
If they had 2 updates in a year, they'd only have to do it twice. If they have 6 updates in a year, they're going to have to do that 6 times. It does reduce the amount of time in a year down because they've got to spend time making sure the update doesn't brick things. You know, you are literally just chunking off bits of the year. Now, maybe it takes them an hour, maybe it takes them 3 or 4 days. I don't know, but it is. The more updates you do, the more time you're losing, not to dev time producing new stuff, but to making sure that it works on consoles.
I mean, do you know
which is the problem.
Do you know what's like really difficult to do with a PC? Just to
Nothing.
have some PC, just to have your like some software, some video game, just brick your PC, right? If Cyberpunk 2077 couldn't brick your PC because of like how jank it was on release, right? Like I don't, you know, but I don't understand why consoles are still made so fragile and like. Oh no! I will always remember the whole. Oh god, what was it? Bloodstained Ritual by Night on the Switch, and they had to put heat sinks on the Switch because they were what's it called, bricking, and it's just like, why is that even possible? You know. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm currently actually that's that's how Bitcoin gets away with it. That's how cryptocurrency farming gets away with it. It's the fact that like they're not able to brick the PCs, so they're able to stress them out as much as possible. They can't brick anyway. Sorry, tangent.
What?
Exactly. Very
exactly.
I know. To be fair though, I would prefer smaller, more frequent updates personally. But I mean, at least
I would as well, right? But that's the thing. And so you're right. So, but it's not. Okay, they made this content. They probably could have. I'm not. I'm going to guess, right? Maybe they could have released all the content you see chopped off if they planned like maybe this month rather than next month. So they could have had 2 updates. But they're like, right, so we're going to lose time. My understanding is it also costs money. I do remember that from years ago that a cert costs money, because if you think about it, then once they've done their internal tests, it then has to go. I know for the Sony one at least, they have to send it to Sony, and Sony has to make sure it doesn't brick the everyone's PlayStation. So Sony has to approve them, and that does cost money for every submission. So there's that as well. So it's like, okay, if we have to do one of these in November and one of these in December, or sorry, one of these in October and one of these in December, it's more money, it's more time. So they try and okay, well we'll just put it together in one big patch, and then that's how it is. This is the sad thing with Warframe is that I miss old school Warframe when it was PC only. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not been fully realized yet, and maybe once we get mobile, Switch, PlayStation all brought into our lovely universe and we're all on one platform, there'll be some amazing times, and we'll have a massive fan base, and it'll be amazing. People playing the game. I don't know, but the old feel of Warframe when it was PC only, and the consoles can be a side thing. They get their patches later, but PC was like an exciting, amazing experience where almost anything could happen next week. They could just be like, oh yeah, we're chucking out a weapon next week. 2 weeks later, an operation. Next week, oh, we got a small little tactical alert for you. Because they could just bam, 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 bam. But they've lost that for the goal of being like a modern game where they've got to be multi-platform and cross-play, cross-save. I can't outspeak. So though I would like to see them release more content in smaller patches, I don't think that is the financial plan or the strategic plan, and it's just how it is. But obviously what they've done is they've gone, right, well, we can release Deviri of all this other stuff, which is clearly ready. You're going to be ready by December, but Deviri won't be ready. Okay, so we're gonna Deviri's the big thing. We've got to get this right, and I'm so happy they're doing that. Most people are like, oh my god, I want Deviri, want it now. It's like, well, it's not ready. It's like, I can bake you a cake, and you're like, oh, I want it now. It's like, it's just eggs and stuff in a bowl. It's not a cake. I want it now. It's like, well, there you go. There's your mix of sugar, salt, and egg mix and flour. Oh my god, this sucks. Like, yes, of course it sucks. You didn't give me time to cook it.
Here's a question for you. All right. Do you think we've always said that consoles will hold back development for cool, new, innovative things? That's why I don't think we've had Squad Link, right? Do you think that with the advent of crossplay, DE will then be given more opportunity to shut down support for older platforms, things like the Xbox One, right? It's like, well, if people have gone from an Xbox One to a PlayStation 5, they jumped that gap. They're not going to be able to go easily. They can't migrate it. If you've got crossplay, you could, right? Do you think that gives them the opportunity to then just go, right, we're shutting off and we're chopping off the Switch?
I would love them to chop off the Switch, but I don't think they will.
Fair.
And I think it's not. I don't think it's the PlayStation and the Xbox One which hold things back. I think it's the Switch.
No. But do you think with the advent of
they won't do it when that happens. They'll do it when they invent the Switch Pro or the Switch 2. Fair. But even then, they won't do it quickly. Warframe has hamstrung itself by bringing in the Switch, and it is now just limping along with this rock that it's dragging. I don't mean to be Switch players, but it's just the limitation of the console.
Yeah.
It is not designed for this. Well, but maybe with mobile, maybe with mobile they'll discover some amazing things of doing it. But I honestly don't think it is. I mean, it's like, well, you don't see Destiny 2 on a mobile platform. I don't think so anyway. And it's just like the limitations of the game engine is what you're clearly seeing there with things. And I bring it up I know I mention it sometimes, but it's things like Railjack, right? Railjack should be amazing, and it is amazing. But then there's things like, why do the enemy capital ships don't move? What's going on there? Why is it so rigid? Why does it feel like it's lifeless? That's why Railjack sucks. Like, I don't just want to fly around and blow up a few little ships and go, yeah, I'm a spaceship now. It's got to feel like an immersive space environment, and it doesn't, because the spaceships, the enemy capital ships are just giant structures in space which don't move and have a few turrets on, and then you land on them. It doesn't feel like an enemy capital ship. It doesn't feel like it's space. I used to remember when I was a kid, I used to watch my brother play the Wing Commander series. And obviously that's a space sim, an old space sim, but that's the point, is that enemy, when you don't just fight. Okay, yeah, sometimes you're going through an asteroid field, there's enemy fighters, but then there's also scenarios where it's like, right, we've got to take out enemy capital ships, and when you try and take them out, you've got to do it quickly, otherwise they jump out and they disappear, or they outmaneuver your capital ship, things like that happening.
It
just doesn't happen in Railjack because it's just too rigid. It's not a full concept. I don't know if that's because of Switch, but I feel it is. I think a PC should be able to. If you compare Warframe to how it was originally to now what's in the game, I cannot believe that they can't push it a bit further and make the full space sim that Railjack is supposed to be.
Yeah. Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah. Ghost Nazareth. The helmet can already transfer powers from one frame to another, invigorate frames with special weekly bonuses, and allow the embedding of Archon shards. Should it also gain the ability to change passives from one frame to another, or is that going too far?
I'm fine with that, but at the same time, I think it needs like a big investment, right? You need to get something. You need to, I don't know, like, because this is the problem. Like, we're just given stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, as long as you're max rank Entrati, you can get the Invigor MacGuffin. Like, but I've been max rank on Entrati, sorry, for a year. Right? What's the? There you go. You can have it for free. Do you know what I mean?
No, what are you talking about?
So basically, they introduced like the invigoration system. They added to the end of the top tier of the Entrati Syndicate.
Yeah.
Right? But the Entrati Syndicate had come out for fucking months. Right? Loads of people were already max ranked, so there was no work to actually get it. People already had standing with the Entrati. So like, so what was the fucking point?
I think actually you're completely wrong on this issue, because I didn't touch them, and I bet you a lot of people hadn't, because Deimos was just I bet you Deimos was a flop. It just did not feel fun. I did not want to do it. It was weird. It had the weird token system. No, it wasn't enjoyable. There was no, compared to Codes of Hot. So you might have struggled out and done it. I didn't even touch it when that came out. In fact, that if you want to know, that was the one thing that I actually started grinding rep for when they added that.
Okay, I'm adding this.
I hadn't touched Necromex. I bought my Necromex for Platinum because I'm like, I'm not touching that. This is boring and stupid. I barely touched Deimos at all for, I think, almost a year. When that came out. That was the first thing I'm like, what? 300% upgrades to Warframe randomly each week. Make me play different Warframes each week. I want that. And that is I'm now I'm at the maximum rep, but I need to do the last upgrade, and I need some sort of stupid glass thing, and now I need a load of grandmother tokens. I'm like, oh.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't even start leveling until that thing came out. So there you go.
Okay.
You and your privilege with your I was already max rank. So and also, what's wrong with them adding things to old reputations? That's fine.
Because, no, I'm fine with that, but there's nothing to work for. It's just you just have it. I want, if we're gonna have like an not invigorate.
I'm sorry that not every piece of content is designed to give you entertainment.
Yes, it is.
Work
That's
for.
literally the whole point of it. It's supposed to entertain me.
Yeah, no. You have to work for. You're supposed to enjoy the reward as well. You can instead go, oh wow, I can equip this, and now I will use it.
Effort?
I will know. The reason why I really want that is because that way it's an excuse to go, I will try that Warframe out this week. You could do your randomly weekly recordings with only from the 3 that get picked in the helmet upgrade.
Yeah.
That way you'd be using a different Warframe. It would force you to play other Warframes, and they'd feel good while doing it. But no, you're like, no, it's not the actual reward that I want. I want to suffer.
No, I want the effort versus the reward.
That's you.
I don't want to just be given stuff. Otherwise, I go.
You already did the work. You already did the work. You're asking for more work. You've done the work. I hadn't. You had. So you already done the work, and they were like, "Here's a free reward for your extra work."
I hadn't actually done it. Right?
Oh, how'd you know?
No. Because remember, I hated the orange crap. I only started playing Deimos to remove the orange crap.
But that was after they added this. After they added the segment.
I know. I still have
so you hadn't got max rep when they added the segment.
No, but I know. I'm pretty sure.
But you just said at the start that you had max rep when they added the segment.
I was speaking on behalf of other people, Loz.
What twisted webs we weave, Xeno.
Let's move on to the
You're lying to me.
Let's just move on.
You're lying to people. Now that your lie has fully revealed.
Too long.
Well, it's the Patreon questions. They get my time and effort because they pay money, these people do. So they get me to dig through your lies.
Oh my god.
Your twisted lies. See, this is what we get, people. We dig, and we discover what he has done.
You remind me so much of Markiplier right now. You're being such a character. Let's move on. Next question. Last question. Do it.
The lies. Speaking of Archon shards, the new ephemera will allow you to see how many shards are installed in your frame. In your frame! Sorry, it's got an exclamation point. While a UI element might make more sense, so you can see at a glance from the equip screen,
It's already there.
Equip screen like you would with Forma. It's still a neat idea, but it does raise the question: should you be able to combine it with other ephemeras?
I think what he means is on the list of all the Warframes, and you can see how many Eidolon shards that you've got equipped on a Warframe. It actually shows you the number. It doesn't show you what types you have, but it shows you the number. And then if you actually go to that Warframe, it does show you what types you have. And on the right-hand side of the screen, this is where Naz is like, does it? And no, you should not be able to equip any other formers. In fact, you should be able to equip less formers. Take away the
formers.
Not formers. Shit, ephemeras. I meant ephemeras.
No, you're wrong. I think what the should do, because people would do it, no, is put in a thing for you to equip 2 ephemeras, but that extra ephemera slot costs platinum.
No, because you know what's going to happen. Someone's going to buy like 50 slots. Put all
You have to buy it for Warframe,
and then brick people's PCs. You have to be careful.
No, none of that rubbish. You can buy per Warframe an extra ephemera slot, and it just lets you put 2 ephemeras on.
Oh, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get one with a sodding cloud and one with a sodding wings.
Yep, cloud and wings. There we go. Seriously, people buy it. People love their freaking clouds and wings.
Why are you out to make money? Anyway, let's move on. Right, we're done with...
Because I want Warframe to finally, maybe one day, reach what it promised, though it never will at this rate. It's all been 10 years, they ain't achieved anything.
What? Okay, moving on. Right, so that's it for the spoiler
questions.
Still keep
teasing us with all these bloody sentient armies we're supposed to fight, and then you fight like 3 of those little widget things that sort of land on the ground and go like, man, you're like, slap, and they die. You're like, my name is Carl, and these sentients ain't sentient.
Cool. Spoiler questions. No, not spoiler questions, community responses, sorry.
Okay, Zrugal says, the chapters are a bit off. Sorry, not saying I could do better every week. I appreciate whoever does those. Doug from Zrugal.
It's actually automated. However, this week you're going to have some...
Zrugal beat the machine!
I mean, I can't help it if I press the button and then we go on a random tangent.
Zrugal beat the machine.
Okay.
Recuse says, what are the 2 primary player types that play Warframe? 1, most efficient playthrough. 2, chill with friends. Which of these 2 primary player types does the Carl missions cater to? Trick question. Neither of them. This is the reason for the complaints. Understand this, and you can fix the Carl mission. I think you started with the skill trees. Yeah, they needed to make it more like a Torghasty thing, more depth, more randomized stuff in each run, but they won't, because literally, I'm sorry, it is and I picked up the thing up for Xeno, and I love reusing it because it's so true. It's the minimal viable product.
No, it's
and
not,
that's it. That's all you're getting.
It's the minimum product, not minimum viable product.
Is it? What's the difference?
Well, the minimum product is like, this is a car. It has 2 doors, right? But this is This is supposed to be a family car, right? The viable nature of it to make sure that people actually use it and engage with it and things requires 4 doors. Right? No. But the minimum is 2 doors. I mean, we could just add 1 door, right? Good old Robin Reliant, right?
They reused content. They added 3, which is the minimum for a cycle. Minimum viable product. Any more, we'd be screaming. And it's any less, we'd be screaming at it.
We are screaming!
I know, because just not all of us.
5.
It needed 5. 5 would have been good. Yeah. King of Gaming, which is 2 more, DE. Come on. Come on, please. Come on. King of Gaming. The problem is, it's not DE's job to tell players what they should be doing. It's DE's job to find solutions. Would be great if players get better at reporting bugs? Yes, but they can't make players do anything, and that doesn't mean DE shouldn't add a command to fix these things. There will always be bugs, so if DE can add a way for players to fix some bugs without ruining the mission they're on, or wasting a revive, they should add it. Even if players get better at reporting bugs, will still happen. Oh, even if they players get better at reporting bugs will still happen.
Yeah, but the thing with people, like, this is why you have QA departments, right? You have whole departments where it's people out trying to find bugs, and if they find bugs, then the developers can fix them. But I mean, I'm sure D definitely do have a QA department. The problem is that it's so difficult to find all the bugs because people have different play styles, so
Ryan Swass says, a couple of weeks ago I decided to go straight for the time challenge, and it was completed the moment I killed the Thumper. After that, I went and do the other side objectives. But by the end, it was 24 minutes, so it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is, though, on the Murex, you can't go back in if you go once you go through the flying segment, and on the Fortuna one, the door locks when you're fighting the spider, so you can't go back through.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't go back to the mission after getting the time thing done. And I think I was having a go at the Carl mission again, and I did it several times this week's one, and I just couldn't get the find 4 bloody things for the cache. Sometimes there'd be 2 beforehand, and I'd find 1 afterwards. I wouldn't know where the last one is. Then what? I found 1 where it was 3 before again. I was like, okay, well, I can't find this last one. It must be afterwards. Couldn't find it. Then another run where I found 1 again afterwards. So it's like sometimes they are after. It's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And the spaceships couldn't kill spaceships ever. It's stupid.
Here's a question for you, right? I'm pretty sure, in the first section of, I hate these sodding Batman belt sentients. I'm pretty sure that you always get at least 1 corpus in the first section of the Murex. Could we not just have one of them just set up? Oh, look, I've put up a pylon, and now we can teleport back to You've said this before. Like, put up a pylon, teleport back to the first section, and then you just teleport between them. You're just making life.
That's how most games would do it. There'd be a teleport pad after you land that you can then activate that teleports you back to the bloody thing. Then you can go back and through. The thing is, it'd probably get bugged, and you could probably reactivate the flying section, knowing how it is. Anyway, moving on. JJ24, the Ureli bug that I ran into completely locked me from typing or opening the menu. I had to force close Warframe. A reset command can't work in that situation. Unfortunately, it only happened twice, and I don't know how to replicate it. There's always going to be some bugs which can't be. I mean, like, it's like saying my computer can blue screen. I know it can't. It can just crash. It's like, oh no, the reset command didn't help me there when my computer fell over. So it's not going to fix all of them, but it will fix most. That's the thing. And lastly, Bones the Wonderful. I think the problem people have with Carl might be that some of the tiles are designed with warframes in mind. People don't want to repeat a mission if they can't speedrun it. Now, I don't think it's that they haven't got warframes. It's just we play with warframes so long, we're trained to be going at speed, ludicrous speed, and bouncing off the wall like ping pong balls. Whereas you finally brought it down to Carl speed, and it just feels jarring. But I'm used to it now, personally. I remember the first time I played it, I was like, oh god, this feels like the speed of an ant. But I do agree also, it would be nice if we're saying, put in a talent tree system to spend your scrap on, so you get a choice, and you can, that way it'll help you optimize your missions. Carl runs faster, Carl's dash turns into a jetpack dash, so he goes way forwards. There's things that can be done to help you speedrun it. If you had a cool talent tree to work on, do we? No.
Yeah.
No.
These cool talent trees.
Yep. Right, that's it for those.
Oh, cool. Okay, so now it is time for the memes.
I don't have my links up. I need to click my links up. Where am I?
I don't know.
What episode is this?
463.
Okay. Oh wait, why am I even looking in here? I've got them in a bloody thing. Oh, I need to correct the blurg. Right. So memes this week. Now, I felt really nice, and you're getting double memes again this week.
You ready?
Okay. All these memes come from the r/memeframe subreddit. I make all the... Is it memeframe? Yeah, memeframe. Yeah. They make all the Warframe memes. Do check them out. We don't make any of these. They're made by amazing people. All the links to these memes are in the description of this video. Check them out, along with 2 videos, which are secret memes of the week. There's 2, you get double memes. Check them out if you ever bored during the week. There's some good stuff on there. So let's go for meme number 1, which is thanks for carrying me. So the public squad I joined, struggling to stay alive. It's my first Archon hunt.
Yeah.
So true.
So
meme number 2. Seriously, DE, where is my other 18% chance of a Tau Forward Archon shard? Tau Forged Archon shards aren't real. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Tau Forged Archon shard.
I don't know why I read that as there is no toothpaste. I'm like, okay. Right, but I thought it was supposed to be... Okay, I'm confused by... Why are they saying where's the other 18% chance? Because, I thought it was a 20% chance. So they're saying there's only a 2% chance. So that means they've already got a Tau Force Lad, and how they're actually calculating I don't know.
Don't overthink the meme, man. Don't
overthinking
overthink the meme.
It's a brilliant meme. It is brilliant. It is brilliant.
Next one.
Wait, that was 2, yeah, 3. Oh god damn it! It's still doing that thing. Stupid thing. Nope. Crud, where's
We're
the
professionals.
We are professionals.
Are professionals.
I promise I'll fix it.
Are professionals. We
Oh, yeah.
are professionals. Daily dose of memes 16. Wait a minute. Friend. So I killed my sister just now? Me. Oh, cool. So you started playing Warframe now. Also, friend. What is Warframe? Me.
No. No.
Okay, fine. From Xeno, moving on to number 4.
No. Number 4.
Too normie for the main sub, I guess. Lotus. Objective achieved. Well done. Objective achieved. Well done.
Okay.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
This is Warframe in 2022. This is it. That's it. This is what you got. You've got brother and sister having a go at each other. I freaking hate they brought Era back. I so hate it.
I do wonder though. Why is it quote unquote too normie for the main subreddit?
Because the main sub does allow certain things on there, but sometimes they just get rid of it. So it's like sometimes you'll find ones like that should totally be on the meme subreddit, but it's on the main subreddit. It's like, but if it's a normie joke, they're like, oh, that's not good enough for us.
That's weird.
I only go through memes on meme frame. I refuse to get the memes which slip through and get on Warframe because it's just the mods are so in just meh on there.
Right.
But to be honest, they should all be on meme frame. So yeah. Next one, meme number 5. Tell me I'm wrong. Excalibur, Exalted Blade. Sevagoth, Exalted Shadow. Nidus, Exalted Flesh.
Oh god. So yawning and laughing at the same time. Never a good experience. Yes. No, that's brilliant.
He has had. No, never mind.
What?
Never mind. No, don't worry.
I need more caffeine. I need to go get a drink.
I was about to say you've had an extra hour of sleep and he's still tired.
Says you. I was up at 7:30 this morning.
You fail at clocks.
I do. Right. Sorry.
Next meme.
Was that 6? Or
that was 5.
6.
Every single time. DE. You can't prove mental trauma, right? Me, after another Archon defense.
Oh, God.
I hate them so much. So much. It's not this hard. It's just annoying. I don't even have good gear. I don't even know how my build is supposed to be improved. I suck at Warframe. I still able to do this through just like it's just not.
Well, I did it during the course of this footage, and it's just slow and boring. I mean, granted, these Batman utility belt bastards are worse.
That's not the defense, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
yeah,
these are so much worse. But still, like, oh god.
Number 7.
I need variety.
Sorry, poor man. Need caffeine.
Number 7.
Yep. I just want the captura scenes, dude. 3 rules: no wishing for death, no falling in love, no bringing back dead people. I wish you could get Samara standing through Sanctuary Onslaught. There are 4 rules.
Yeah. Why can't you?
Yeah, I know. At this point, it's like, yeah, I was shocked this hasn't. I've never realized now. It's like, wait a minute. There's so much on the Samaris vendor now that you need to use it for a billion different things. God. So it really, really should be. And I'm not saying remove the scanning thing, but it'd be great to have the option to do it one way or the other. I would probably go do Sanctuary Onslaught rather than going to scan. I'd probably think, yeah, I'll go do that more. It's like, why not? It makes so much sense. They really should do that. It's because it's not a new thing. So it's like this is part of what Warframe doesn't do is they don't reflect on previous content and often and like mitigate it and change it. It's like Samaris as a vendor, really, it's not like the other syndicates where you just flick a button. I'm now doing this syndicate. You know, they've really streamlined that. It's not any easier, but they just streamlined it, so you don't have to worry about sticking things on. But right, Samaris, you probably should get it through doing Sanctuary Onslaught.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I've just like because there's so many warframes that I've got left on the Helminth, and I can't easily track which ones I have and haven't done. And I'm trying to work. I've just gone, you know what? Screw it. I'm just buying them.
Yeah, there's a tab.
What do you mean? There's a tab?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's how I finished mine for some of them. Things like Grendel. I was just like, platinum, buy, stuff it in the blender. Right, job done. But there is a tab, because I think the trick you're discovering is that it's really hard to separate the ones which are Helminth abilities, because then they have a different picture of Warframe on. Yeah.
No, it's like, I swear, love of God, like, I'm going through it, and like, oh, I need to do a Nezha. I'll cook a Nezha, right? Oh, I need to do a Protea. I'll just cook a Protea. And then it's like, I come to put them in. It's like, no, you've already done this one. What?
Yeah, a symbol in the arsenal would be much appreciated. I give you like when it says that you formed it.
Yeah, no, like, so when you're selecting the warframes, or like, you know, just you've got the warframes.
Because otherwise you have to take the warframe down there, or you have to click through the stuff on Helminth to find it. But I'm just going to quickly log in. I'm pretty sure there is a tab on Helminth, so you can see just the remaining abilities you're missing, and then it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm just going to buy them. I'm just going to buy them. Screw it. I'm just buying them and shoving them in the blender.
Right, let's go to beam number 8. It's a mild annoyance at best to have to go to Samaris. Put a simulacrum terminal in the orbiter. DE.
Oh, genius. Yeah. Wait. Oof. Should there be a simulacrum terminal in the orbiter? I mean, can't see why not.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, because it's like, the simulacrum was clearly something which should have been, because we always wanted a shooting gallery kind of thing in the dojo. And then they just keep adding stuff into the relays, but it's like, you just added the relays to add it to the relays to make the relays do things. It's like, well, maybe it should have just been in the Lisette from the first place. Like, there's no reason that it has to be in the relay. So yeah, just add a fast travel into it. Why not?
Out of interest, are you bothering with your... So my preference to the Lisette versus the Drifter Camp is just the orbiting Lisette, right? That is my preference. That's the one I like the most, right? I like going down the ramp. But because Carl is not on the orbiting Lisette, right, I just have it permanently on the Drifter Camp.
I've got it set to Drifter Camp until I'm finished with bloody Carl, which will probably be a while, but then when I'm done with Carl, I'm going to go back to bloody ship, because I don't like the
Drifter Camp.
No, I don't like Drifter Camp.
Fair.
I don't think it needs to exist. It should. It's silly, because it was added as another excuse for player housing, because they just love adding reason player housing. We better get no more player housing, no more areas where we can doodle and do things and construct stuff.
Yeah,
they've added enough of that to the game. It's like, just focus on actually making the game now, please.
Yeah,
you've
or the dojo.
Or just freaking fix the dojo. Yeah, you're right. It's like, stop adding new areas for this. Like, yeah, we had the relay. I know you don't add stuff to relay, but stuff has been butchered from the dojo from there.
Yeah.
We've had the Lisette we can stick things in. We've had the railjack. Can you customize the railjack? Stuff I can't remember. I think you can, can't you?
Maybe. Unsure.
I'm sure, maybe, I don't know. You can do something with that. Then you got the Drifter Camp. Then you've got your apartment on the edge of death.
But like, we don't come back there.
None of them is the dojo. The dojo, you know, actually, that's a perfect thing for the microcosm for Warframe as a whole. How the dojo was added in one of the earlier patches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
like
about when we started.
Back then, yes, there we started, but it was actually quite new at that time. Because remember, it got the first update, which completely redid the original tile.
Yeah.
Yeah. So originally, it was about working together. It's about clans, about doing stuff for clans. There was operations. Now, Warframe's all about the individual.
Yeah.
Update your own Lisette, update your own Drifter Camp, update your own little thing. Whereas the dojo, what was the last update for the dojo?
Oh, I don't know.
The silly room to let you swap liches or something?
Wait, no. Vent Kids was after that.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
Vent Kids.
What, Vent Kids?
Yeah.
In the dojo?
Yeah.
What do they do?
I think they allow you to buy Ureli.
No.
Yeah.
You buy that? No, you go to Ureli. They're not in the dojo.
Yeah, I swear, blind.
No.
No, honest, for realsies. I'll boot up as a Warframe.
Oh, by the way, on the helmet there is a second tab for incomplete. It's tiny. You might not notice it. There's an infinity symbol for all the abilities, but if you click it, it just shows you the ones you're missing, and it makes it much easier.
Wow.
Yeah, little tab. It's got a weird 4 diamonds thing. Right, you're saying dojo, yeah? Don't know why. I love how this one. The memes are now prompting debate.
Yeah.
Go memes! Go memes! Right. Oh god, I have the bloody drifter camp. Right, where's it in our dojo?
Oh god. I think it's off the side of one of the lab rooms. I'm going there now. I'm trying to go there now.
Off the side of one of the lab rooms.
I think so, or it might be off the side of the trophy room. I really can't remember. I know I'm having to reorganize it a bunch.
Oh god, what is this mess? What the frick? Why are they here?
Right, where are you?
Oh, this is disgusting. What?
Where are you?
Oh, it's at the end of the research. Go to the research sort of concourse, and then
is it the very end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this? This is the last addition to the dojo. Yeah. I didn't even know this waste of space existed. They're a waste of space and Fortuna, and they freaking add them in here. You don't even talk to them. You talk to a freaking... Oh, terminal. God, what is
this? And
Ureli's
in here, I told you. And the Ghoulsaur.
The Ghoulsaur. Okay, well, I've already got the bloody Ghoulsaur. I can't get Ureli.
Told you.
Oh, and then do you get the recipe from the quest?
Oh, I just realized this is horribly negatively impacting the footage. Then do you get the recipe? Yes, you get the recipe from the quest.
Right.
I've just had an ingenious thought. I think I know why Warframe is struggling so much on... Hold on. Display.
Don't even talk to these useless... Why is this here? This should have been in bloody Fortuna. Oh, I'm just so disappointed by this. It's so annoying. And the reason why I hate the event kits, by the way, is not because of the event kits themselves or the concept or what they are in the game. Is that they've never fully realized they never really realized fill in the blank at the end. K drives. K drives should have mini competitions, mini leagues, mini speed runs. Yeah. You should be able to host your own little competition for K drives. They should have little leagues for them. It's like, oh, well, have people. I bet it's because people would cheat them or something. It's like, well, get some anti-cheat in here to fix it.
They have leagues for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, but they don't do anything with it.
They don't do anything. Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to the next meme because we've been fixated on this one?
It's blaming right. Yeah, very important meme. Right, number 9. Okay, acceleration. Titania after Vault.
Yep. Number 10?
Yep. Rest in pieces, old Helios. Now, I can't remember the reasoning behind this one. I think if someone could explain to me, it was on the meme, but I can't remember it. So, after Helios then, I can make your crit melee weapons even more powerful. Helios now. I already gave you 3 flowers. What else do you want from me?
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah, I think I can look it up while we're doing this. So, yeah. So, next one, meme number 11. Enough time to exit and turn off the PC/console as well. Parents, leaving in 1 minute. Tenno, who just entered a capture mission. Yeah, I've got time.
Yep.
And then finally, good reference in joke for Xeno. I used to be a limbo main. Name a more useless trio. I'll wait.
Well, I don't. No, Limbo's not useless. Limbo's useful for index. Oh God, didn't we have?
So for Xeno's benefit of remembering this, the reason why I put this meme in here is that this is what people consider the 3 useless frames at the moment. But there was a historic thing. If you don't know, Xeno made a machinima which I helped out with called the Faulty Frame Squad, which you can find on Xeno's channel. Xeno Gellion, go to his main channel, and then find Faulty Frame Squad, or just Google Faulty Frame Squad. And we originally started that show by Xeno always wanted to make a machinima, and we're saying let's do it on Warframe. what should be about? Oh, what's the worst 3 frames we could think of? And at the time, which was ages ago, it was Loki, Banshee, and Volt.
And
Now,
Volt
Banshee
and
and Volt have
Banshee, they were legitimate. They weren't good at the time. Right?
Yeah, they were very. They have improved them since with things like synergy and like, for instance, Volt's Ultimate. I think back then it just literally was just AOE electric damage. There was no other weird things going on. It didn't do anything. It was like meh, and it's like he was just there to buff other people. It was like such a meh, and you can only put like 2 shields down or something. You couldn't pick them up. They were just meh. And then Banshee was also again just literally. It's like most of it. Yeah, this was before stealth was in the game, so there was no point being silent.
Yeah, there was just sonar that was useful.
No, again, she was just used for her 4. She was just for AoE Quake. You just max ranged it and just did damage. That was all it was used for.
It didn't really do much damage.
No, exactly. It wasn't that great.
Weak spots that, but people hated them because, like, well, what happened? Fucking invested, like, oh yeah, the weak spots underneath it. Right?
So it's like how useful, yeah. And then Loki were like, oh, well, he's only got one ability, disarm. I was like, I mean, invisible. No, sorry, he's only got one ability. It's useful invisibility. The others are all meh, just for troll. I mean, disarming people. What's the point?
Yeah, and then we realized that mistake.
Yeah. But these days, so Xeno needs to make a new machinima about a limbo Yuri and a Hydroid.
Right. Okay, then
That'd be great.
Let's round off the memes and let us move on to the community shoutouts. Yes. Right. Okay. Community shoutouts. Okay. So, the first community shoutout is Mirage Prime by Datloon.
Ooh, is this one that's in the thingy?
The rest of your sentence?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Let me get it up myself. Yes. Like a shining star. Nah, I can't talk. Like a shining star. She was pouring her heart out, guiding the way for everyone. I had an opportunity to create an emote, first pick, for Mirage Prime for Warframe community to celebrate our achievements in QTCC 2022 campaign. Thanks to everyone participating so far. That's nice.
Right. The second community shout out is Ash Prime by Zleedy.
Day 28, Ash Prime. Yeah. Once you see the tiny up arrow in his face as a cute anime eye, you can't unsee it.
Damn it. Yep.
Can't unsee. Right.
The third community shout out is Happy Nabrus by Nitsi. Nitsi Vas Nomadi.
Or at Lunatic Holmes. I'm going to try this out. Ame tanto como se vea mi Sevagot con esa calabaz que debia de Bijaro. Probably got Bijaro. Probably got that all wrong. There we go. That's what it says on the tweet.
I wonder how many people you just offended.
Everyone. Even people don't know they're just offended by just the sake of it being that. Yep.
The fourth community shout out is Wisp by Dasa Creations.
The Wisp Damas Dex for Fangzy. Thank you for donating to QTCC.
So I think the Dex is the body and the Demancy or something, I think, is the hat, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Right. The fifth community shout out is Halloween costumes for Mag and Mag Prime by Julia.
Oh, lovely. Halloween costumes for Mag and Mag Prime, Operator and Archon. Don't let them scare you. Operators are real after all. Oh, I love the Mag Prime one is amazing. It's like, I'm an Archon with this sewn on snake. I've just seen the face of the snake. Yeah. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I like the sort of like painted on star eyes for the snakes.
Yeah, well. The snakes. So good.
And then last but not least, oh god, yes. Last but not least is Tiny Harrow and his Neuroptics Blueprint Keeper by Wong.
Did you realise that happened on the footage there?
What?
You timed it just right. The winds, it all went white. You timed it so great, right? Yeah. You did a great. Tiny Harrow is not keep it. You did a great job. I will lock it in a safe place. Oh, that Tiny Harrow is adorable.
So adorable. It's like
it's so adorable.
Small vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so adorable. He's so cute.
It's got a worst helmet. He needs a better helmet on. He needs the best helmet, but yeah.
Fair, but like this artist Wong also did one of Ember and Sagas Rock and Excalibur and Lek Krill, I want to say. I can't really remember. So there's a few of these, but this one was just too adorable. He's so cute. He's sitting on his lap, and it's just so cute, adorable. I can't.
So cute and adorable.
I can't look away.
You can't look away?
Right. Okay, that's it for this. I'm leaving that up there.
Oh, hang on. You gotta wait. Hang on. I'm gonna find out what the. I can't even find it. Which meme was it?
What?
Which meme was it?
What?
The memes.
I mean, if you told me.
Oh, it was the third from the bottom. Okay, let me go. Let's try that. I was trying to find out what was going on. I don't know.
We'll never know. We'll never know. Right. Okay.
Who knows?
So I'm leaving that there. But so that's it for this week's episode of 10 o'clock. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching / listening. I'm gonna put up the supporter. There they are.
Hey.
And just to remind everyone, there is no episode next week due to work shenanigans. I will tell them off on behalf of everyone. And yeah, that's it for this week's episode. It's probably gonna be a little bit quiet until we get Veilbreaker, Echoes of Veilbreaker. They should not have.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll rant about that later. All right. See you, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.